So, when we last left off, it was the first day of Carnival. It was in the evening, and the group had separated like 5 different directions to go to lots of different courses of action and so forth. There were a handful of events going on. Let's see, the overall calendar. As soon as it wakes up. There it is. Okay, so you guys spent the morning at the Square of Marshals watching the Graf's Champion Challenge. Several of you spent some time at the Great Park tasting the various ales. I don't recall anybody participating in the archery tournament.
I don't want to get embarrassed.
You didn't want to be embarrassed or embarrass anybody?
Either one.
Yes. Okay. I know you spent some time at the Royal Gardens watching the Elven Gymnast. And then later on, you guys went to the stadium to watch the Minotaur fights where the Dwarven Troll Slayer beat the current Minotaur. And then that evening, there is a play at the Royal Gardens, A Knight's Midsummer Dream, while at the College of Music is the opera recitals and preparation for the VIPs to speak to various people. Now, I know you were spending some time at the gardens, and you were there most of the time trying to find your leads and so forth. The thing of note on that, you were getting ready to leave, I think around shortly before the play started, because you were getting bored there. Yeah. So the whole gardens are filled with all sorts of statues and artistic representations and things like that. Very artsy, very high end. You're completely not dressed for the outfit, for the whole thing. You are on your way out, and just about at the exit to the park where the various coaches and things like that are, when all of a sudden you get a chill down the back of your throat or back of your neck. Completely different thing. Chill down the back of your neck when you hear a female voice that you recognize. Turning, you see Lady Heinfeld over by one of the fountains, currently conversing with a couple of, you assume, noblemen or high-end merchants. She's dressed in riding leathers with a bright purple blouse, a wide-brimmed hat with a purple feather in it, a gleaming rapier at her side, flanked by 2 large Northmen dressed in fine clothes that look like they're about a size too small for them. Almost like they had difficulty finding the right clothes. Okay. You recognize Lady Heinfeld. She's conversing, is otherwise distracted. And then you notice that you recognize one of the 2 guys with him, a guy by the name of Olaf, who used to be your cellmate back in the day. Okay. He is staring straight at you, his face contorting in a snarl.
And with that, I am going to nod my head and walk away.
Okay.
Exit stage left.
Okay. Just gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the tavern.
Which tavern?
The Rat's Tail or something like that.
All the way in the southern side of the town? You're up in the northern section of the town, so it'll take you a good hour or so to get there with the crowds.
So be it. I'm the tavern that's previously been shown to harbor the meetings.
Okay. That would be the Drowned Rat all the way in the southwest of town.
Yep. I'll start my way.
You sure? Hold on.
Okay.
You sure that's what you want to do? All right. From a player-to-player perspective, this is an obvious story hook for you, right?
Yep.
So the GM is throwing out a hook for you for potential role-playing opportunities or character advancement or storyline advancement, and you're running away.
He snarled at him like
The bodyguard snarled at him. His face contorts into a sort of a snarl. This is a guy who used to be your cellmate before you escaped.
Yeah.
And he was left
So,
behind.
but he's also, that means he was also an inmate.
Hmm?
So he
Right.
also has a sketchy ass past, and he's associated with this noblewoman.
Correct.
Okay.
There's something I may not understand though. Is how does he know, or maybe we know the lady?
You don't.
Okay,
We
Yeah,
don't.
this is a hook for him.
Yeah, this is his background.
it's fine. I didn't know what the circumstances were behind his knowledge of her. Is it negative? Positive?
He has a lot of information about her. He has not. He's chosen not to share any of that with the group.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So now I'm taking some editorial liberties with background because you only gave me a paragraph. So go with whatever. But I have a framework that I'm working with. If you want to leave the scenario, that's perfectly fine. She does not seem to have noticed you.
Okay. As long as she didn't notice me, I'll stick.
Okay.
I will step away, trying to blend in as much as I can with the
You
crowd.
don't blend into this crowd at all. Like I said, you're wearing peasant garb amongst the people with like prom gowns and high life. You don't blend in at all. Even the waiters and the servants are better dressed than you. So I mean, you can certainly mix in with the crowd and wander around and avoid their direct attention, but you can't really conceal yourself.
Because even the bugs
Where-
are quiet.
Or the
right?
servants seeming
So the
to.
only thing you hear
Is there a lone
the
servant
occasional
nearby?
air conditioner. and
There are waiters
that
moving
face,
around with
fucking
drinks and
air
refreshments,
conditioner,
yes.
You can hear that.
But there's no. I mean, there is a pavilion over on the side where they're preparing food and drinks, but not if you're looking for like a closet where you can take out a waiter and steal his clothes. That doesn't seem to be the case here.
I get it.
Assassin's Creed.
I mean, you're not
Well,
inside a
reason that
building
shit's
or anything.
in
You're
video
outside.
games.
More, I was looking for where they get their clothes.
They come to work with them.
Oh. Okay.
There's
it's
no
not-
there's
it's
no
not a
shelf where.
uniform or something?
This is a
Well,
challenging opportunity. So
yeah, I mean, they all seem to be wearing similar clothes, more of a high end servant quality.
Alright.
But it's not a uniform like everybody's part of the same organization or anything like that. Most of the attendants and servants doing the refreshments are wearing similar clothes, not uniforms. Now the two that are there, the two bodyguards, are definitely wearing what appears to be nearly identical outfits, including heraldry of her house from Nordland. Like I said, the one is paying attention more to her and the merchants, just keeping an eye on them. The other one is actively keeping an eye on you wherever you go amongst the crowd.
Okay.
act.
I'm going to
God, I've got to get more fellowship.
stay.
I can't even get fellowship.
I can't either. I can't. I think it's tier 4. That's it. I think it's.
What's your fellowship?
It's pretty good. Actually, it's my second highest stat to begin with.
One's
37 base. 37.
42 days.
Fif-
42.
I'm just
I think I
going
got
to
20.
continue doing what I was doing prior to this. Just looking-
My understanding was looking for her.
I was looking for her, but I was still trying to act like I was looking
Which is
for
why if you
the
notice I've been trying to
gardens.
charm people and stuff
Okay.
like that because
And I'm gonna keep an eye on her, but try to stay
Yeah, that's insane.
out of direct line of sight.
Are you trying to get close to her, or just keep an eye on her from a distance?
Keep an eye on her from a distance. Try to make a mental note of where she goes.
Okay. She seems to be talking with a variety, like I said, some merchants initially. After a while, she wanders over and talks to some other people, and then it looks like she's gathering her jacket and getting ready to leave.
Alright.
It's
Then-
maybe 7 o'clock at this point.
I'm going to
Well, we're supposed to meet the champion at the post.
I'm going
No.
to
No, like,
try to
Yes, he
Stay
set
out
up
of her direct-
a
once again stay out of her direct line of
dinner
sight.
date,
Mhm.
more or less, with the
Just
champion.
shadow her.
Well, it's after
After
dinner.
you
It's actually more like
Okay.
a drink.
She and the two guys head over towards the entrance to the park, where a fairly wealthy-looking coach waits for them. They climb in. You can hear her bid goodnight to the various other people there. Then they climb in, and the coach rolls away out into the crowds.
Anything of note on the coach?
It's fancy. I mean, it's far better quality than the coach you guys rode to Middenheim with.
Is there any insignia or anything
No.
on said coach?
No. So it disappears into the crowd. About that time, you feel a tap on your shoulder, and you see what looks like a waiter standing behind you. Has a silver platter in his hand. Says, "Excuse me, sir. The lady asked me to deliver this to you." He holds a silver platter out to you. On top of it looks like an old leather spiked dog collar, which strikes a memory for you as to what you used to wear.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Place it in. That's
It's still torn where you ripped it off.
That honestly, I'd be like, give me that hate. Fuel the fire.
Sniff the hate.
I'll take it.
Okay.
That'd be a prized possession to me. That'd be like,
Wrap it around my
Hey, thank you.
wrist.
Okay.
Then Then I'm going to head to the dried rats,
Okay.
and discreetly get the waiter to.
She delivered a gimp suit to him.
Okay, how in the past has these meetings seemed to work?
The drowned rat. A group of maybe 40 or 50 shady-looking ruffians had been led into the warehouse in the basement, and somebody gets on stage and riles you guys all up to cause terrorism. That's pretty much about it.
Was there any info on how I might summon them?
No,
How I might summon them?
no, you're an initiate.
Yeah. Okay.
You're a terrorist. You're not one of
No, you're the cannon fodder. They summon you.
Strap
They've
this
never.
bomb on. We
they-
swear you'll have it.
Yeah,
How many virgins is it?
strap this grenade on. We swear it blows up that way. So no, they have never given you any indication of how, if, or when you could summon their assistance. They've given you the strong impression that if they need your assistance, they will contact you.
I
Alright.
don't know.
Okay.
I am going to.
That's the hard part about the way I've been playing my character. I'm not really involved in all the crap you guys are doing. I really, really wish I was where he was, though. God, I wish I could have been there.
Gone up to
I
Luke
give
and
it.
Sniper.
I give anything to have been there. I don't like purple feather, purple. Okay.
Purple hand.
We need to know where this person's going.
I'm gonna return back to the tavern.
Hate that.
Which one?
The Black Templars.
The
The
restaurant up in the northern
talking
part of
about
town.
the-
Did they take your armored weapons or just your
Templar's Rest or whatever it is. Yeah, Templar's Arms, where the group is.
Yeah,
It was just
Okay.
Yeah, it was just the weapons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the rest of you, I believe that the wizard was trying to secure you tickets for the VIP. Okay. He is off doing that. Meanwhile, what would you guys like to do? He was going to secure tickets for you to be able to get behind the scenes at the Royal College of Music to talk with the VIPs during the opera practice.
What time of day is this?
It's about 6, 7 o'clock
Okay, so
evening.
we're done then with the martial festivities. and
But
everything.
the Square of Marshals was only operating in the morning and then throughout the afternoon for the archery. That's over with at this point. You guys were spending time at the the Great Park with the fine ale. That goes all evening. So about 6 or 7 o'clock or so, you guys have left because you also went to the Minotaur fights, which went till 5.
Right.
So you guys are
Troll Slayer.
Yeah, you guys are wandering around at this point. Now, Carlton continues to sing the praise and joys wherever you go. And it's gotten to the point now that when he approaches different areas, a couple of people call out, "Hey, Milton!" just sort of randomly at you guys because he's never really indicated who Milton is.
Right.
He just announces.
Somewhere in the other group. There's
Yeah, so people are starting to call out, almost chuckling, "Hey, Milton!" as Carlton goes into whatever he is talking about.
I love it.
Before we left the stadium,
Mhm.
after the Slayer had beaten the first Minotaur, did he kill that Minotaur?
No.
No, just knocked that. Okay. I wanted to go down to see if I could see what Hellraiser looks like. To
No.
look face to face. I thought it was. Is it only the day of?
Only the day
Only
of.
the day
You
of.
don't have access to the arena basement until the day of your fight.
I wanted to go
Yeah,
taunt him.
that's
I
what-
wanted to taunt the
What
crap
time
out of
was
him.
the meeting with the champion? What
You
time
guys
was that?
had arranged to have dinner with him at 7 at the
The fancy
one
restaurant
next
up
to the
north.
goose.
at the what is this? The Graf's Repose.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that the one up north?
That is over here.
So
yeah, that
Read my
one.
new
Yeah.
eyeballs. I can't read this shit.
During all of this, I was attempting to break into old dude's house. While
Correct.
he was
Correct.
So,
So you head over there. His house is pretty much exactly as it was the last time.
okay.
It looks quiet. It's on a quiet street, a fairly unimposing building.
Okay.
I mean, it's a well furnished building, well maintained, but it's on a quiet side street. Not very many people walking around this area since it's more of a neighborhood rather than actual city.
All right. I am trying to be. Obviously, I have to be stealthy, but yet again, if I'm dun dun dun, and people are like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" You know?
Bard walking behind you. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
So,
It's Carlton.
Carter.
Here he comes!
Expert thief.
every time
The way he scales.
every time I try to be a thief in open daylight, all I can picture is the Gronk's, or what is it called? Gronk is the guy's name. When he's trying to stealth, he's like, as people walk by looking at him, he's like up against the wall, like he's stealthing, and he does his own like theme music as he's stealthing. But anyway, so I'm trying to get into probably the same window I tried to get into before.
Okay.
Mulder.
Give me a blind GM roll. Perception.
Perception. I don't want to do that.
Well, too bad.
Are you good in that?
Yeah, I'm extremely good. I'm the best in the group of perception. It doesn't seem to help me much, but hey. Okay, blind.
My next door neighbor
Mhm.
gave me a high-end computer case a couple days ago.
Nice.
He's like, "Yeah, my brother-in-law gave this to me, and I don't need it, so
Just
here."
in case.
And I'm like, I walk over. I'll have to take pictures of this fucking thing. Beautiful full case. All these gaming routing with nice fans and shit. I'm like, this has to be a multi-$100 case that he just. Here you
Is
go.
it maybe 1,000?
Is it water cooled or?
maybe thousands?
No, but it's got provisions for water coolers and stuff. I'm like, oh shit.
So you find one of the windows in the back, ajar, just from it's not. Several of the windows in that area look like they're open a little bit just to let some air flow.
Yes.
More so. Looking in, it appears the place is empty right now.
Nicest case in the house.
I'm going
I mean,
in.
it's a 2 or 3 story building, so there could easily be servants or whatever in the place. But
I was told, and you were very clear to anticipate servants.
sure,
So I'm going to open it up as quietly as I can and,
Okay.
and leave it open
okay,
in the hopes that it's an exit.
okay,
I'm going to slip in and start stealthing my way towards where I heard the voices
okay.
the other night.
You climb into what appears to be a sitting room. There's some bookshelves and a collection of books of various forms on the wall. A couple of nice couches, and so forth. You can hear in another room some clattering of dishes and so forth, and you smell it smells like bread cooking.
I'm trying to be as quiet as I can, working my way upstairs to where I heard the voices.
Okay,
the night
give
before.
me a blind stealth roll.
Boing, boing, boing. All right.
It's like you don't know how good you are.
Roll is
This would be urban.
so the difficulty is with urban. I get to when I roll. I take if I fail with one, but if I can switch them, it succeeds. I
Okay.
get that.
Okay. I'll adjust it if
Oh, nice.
necessary.
That's like his gossip thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. So you move up the stairs. About halfway, the stairs start to creak a little bit, just because of their age. So you move over to the edge, and you're fairly certain you're pretty quiet going all the way up. The second floor has several bedrooms. It looks like from the architecture, the third floor would be more storage and/or possibly a master bedroom. On the second floor, from where you heard the other voices, looks like it leads into a study or an office.
That's where I'm going.
Okay. You head in there, close the door quietly behind you. There's a window looking out over the city, currently shuttered. Fairly dim light in here.
I would, to be perfectly honest, since I'm in the house already, I open the window. That's
Okay.
what I use for light.
Okay.
It also gives me egress for an exit if necessary. So
Okay. You're a good 25, 30 feet up off the ground at this point.
understood.
Okay. It's a desk covered with papers. There's all sorts of thick, dusty books on the wall. It looks like an active work office.
And I'm
Lots
looking
of boxes, things like that.
for things that were disturbed recently. I look for documents that were like even on the bookshelves because I don't have the same. Who was it? I'm trying to get a feel for the room, get a feel for the space because I'm a thief.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure there's nothing like a hidden room behind something. Maybe there's a secret panel. I check underneath rugs to make sure there's not hidden like
Okay.
safe areas.
Give me another blind GM roll. Perception roll.
Perception.
And are you trying to do a quick search, a lengthy, slow, thorough search,
Lengthy,
Or-
slow, thorough search because I'm assuming I will not be disturbed.
or are you ransacking the place?
No, I am putting everything back the way I found
Okay, you're trying to leave everything without a trace, but taking your time to search everything carefully. Okay.
Taking down.
it. Be as
Um,
quiet as possible.
Yeah, you search around the place. You don't find any secret panels or rooms or anything like that. You do find hidden behind a couple of the older books. There is a small iron lockbox.
Okay.
The table is filled with all sorts of papers and parchments and so forth. Are you able to read?
No.
Okay. You don't know what they are. They're covered with writing.
All I'm looking for is seals that I might recognize.
You see several seals on it that appear to be either house markings or the seal of the city. Various stamps, waxes, things
Check
like
the
that.
lockbox. I
Okay.
really need the ability to freaking read.
It's a small iron lockbox, maybe 12 inches long or so, crafted out of metal with a fairly good quality lock on it.
Before I move it, I would check. Everything gets moved in a position that it was in when I find it. I make sure to keep a mental note, like dust. I don't want to move it, disturb even dust.
To the
around
best of your
bottom.
memory, you're keeping everything organized.
And as far as lockbox go, I don't.
Somewhere
lift it.
else in the house, you hear a dog running crazy around a room.
That would freak me out if that were the case. But I don't lift the box out. I check it first to make sure there's no strings attached because this would be more of an obvious trap
Okay,
to me.
give me another blind perception roll.
God, I hate blind rolls. I'm a perceptive SOB, all right? It takes,
It appears safe.
all right? So at first I check to see if it does have dust around the actual where the box is sitting. Is the box covered in dust? Or is there
No.
dust around? Okay. Then I take the box down.
Okay, you lift it down. It's fairly heavy for its weight or for its size.
All right. I'm gonna try to see if I can get the lock open.
Okay,
I
give
open-
me a what is it? Thievery, lockpicking,
open lock.
open lock. There, that sounds right.
I think I have that programmed, but I am not sure.
And do
Is
you
it
have
open lock?
lockpicks or are you using a knife?
I have lockpicks.
Okay,
I do have open lock programmed. I'm not going to do it blind if you don't mind.
that's fine.
So
You got
I can do a private GM roll, right? That's not
Sure.
blind. That way nobody else knows what the hell happens to me.
That's right.
It blows up.
Elsewhere in the city, you hear a large explosion
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would.
And terrible at the same time, but
with smoke slightly south from you. Okay. You give it a few attempts with your lockpicks, and after a moment or two, you hear a click of the lock as it gets undone.
I might point the box away from me because I'm at least trained that much and open it up.
Okay, nothing explodes.
Spin it back and look at it.
Okay, inside is a couple of pouches, what looks like a signet ring, and a silver knife. The silver knife looks more ceremonial rather than functional.
I look at the silver knife, pull out my knife, which is his sister's or whatever she was,
Okay.
and see if it matches in any
Yeah.
of the engravings. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't hers like a hairpin?
No, hers was a dagger that she kept
Long
stabbing me.
fucking-
I will, you know what? Check the pouches, see what's in them.
First one is filled with gold coins.
Okay.
There looks to be about 60 or 70 of them.
Okay, second one.
Second one has a collection of gemstones, red, green, blue, and so forth.
I can't resist it. I take it all.
I'm rich.
sorry.
I'm rich. I'm filthy rich.
Close, lock it up, put it back in
You're gonna
place.
take all 3 items,
You're
or
a
4
thing.
items. I
All
mean.
4
Taking
items.
the
Okay.
signet ring, too.
Okay.
Well, the signet ring is the only thing I have in question, really. I don't recognize it.
It looks from the heraldry. It looks similar to that of the city.
Just drop it, tag.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have a law knowledge or social knowledge, right? Knowledge of Middenheim.
I have
Anything along those lines?
I think everybody has. No, maybe not, because I don't have it written down at all.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has Reichland lore, but very few are going to have Middenheim.
More local.
Yeah, that wouldn't necessarily help. So no, I mean, you recognize it looks similar to the crown's
Okay.
symbol.
I take it all.
Okay.
You're a thief.
Yeah, I am a thief. Can't help it.
Okay.
And at this point, when I do that, I have set myself to understand that I am now robbing this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'm stealing everything.
Yeah, so I shove it all up, put it away, put it neatly back, as neatly as I can. Because I haven't found anything I can overtly recognize as tying him to anything chaotic or anything.
Correct.
So,
Just dropping around.
Yeah, you haven't found any signs of a chaos symbol or anything like that.
I need to find his bedroom. So,
Giggity.
I'm going to very carefully and quietly. I really want to steal some of the documents because I don't know what the freaking hell those are, but I can't read them. So I'm like, I don't know what to steal. I'm going to steal these. What are they? I don't know. What are they? Okay.
A transition between the purple hand and him.
Well, that's my problem is I don't think he'd leave those out. So I'm going to go try to find a better area. I mean, but his discussions, I believe, are in this room. I really believe, strongly believe this is
The previous night, yes, when you were here, the people he was talking to that was in this room. And from all of the decorations and personal effects, this appears to be his office as such, where he does business.
And I searched like there's no deer heads on the wall and crap like that I could miss
I mean,
searching.
no, I mean, you've searched the room thoroughly. It's taken maybe 30, 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, easily, yeah. Okay.
There's nothing else of note. I mean, there's some miscellaneous other things, like he has a silver quill, an ink set, things like that. Things that aren't really going to be easily transportable. But if you're looking for value, there's certainly other items.
I take anything else that I would be of definitive value,
Okay.
so that it looks like a basic break-in.
Okay. So you take the writing set. Do you want to load up on books?
No, hell no. You can't
Reading's
you
for
can't move a book
losers.
quickly. You can move silver quickly.
Sure.
So
Robbery.
I need to find his bedroom. So I'm going to spend the rest of my I don't want to be hogging up the time with the group.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend my time as carefully as I can finding his bedroom. And you said it looks like it might be storage spaces upstairs. So
Yeah. Typically in this sort of architecture, the master bedroom would be at the top floor, and then there would also be storage rooms like attic space type thing.
So I also want to consider myself, if I'm in this building and I have to exit via the top floor, how hard or easy would it be to leap from to another building?
Given the distances, it's probably going to be 10 to 15 feet. Fairly sizable jump, yeah.
I mean, all right. But that's my exit plan at this point, so
Okay.
I need that.
Perfect time.
I mean, you can certainly jump down, but it's going to be pretty high jump.
Yeah, it's going to be painful. Yeah, I'm not planning on that.
Okay.
I'm planning on going building to building at that point.
Okay.
So, at this, I'm going to go ahead and spend my time finding his bedroom, or actually, I'm really not even interested in his bedroom because a nefarious individual like this might even have something in his basement. But I'm not going that way yet. I want to make sure the storage areas around where his bedroom would be and his bedroom. I want to check those areas now. So my goal, because I'm assuming he's going to be at the beer fest and all that stuff for 2 hours.
Okay.
My goal is to be out in 2 hours.
Okay. You're going to spend another hour-ish searching the upper floors?
Yep.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't have a clock or a watch.
You got
Yeah,
an
it's been
hour.
2
You got
hours.
an hourglass you've been carrying around.
Hey.
So, what are the rest of you guys doing after the beer fest?
We were going to go talk to the champion at the.
You guys going to dinner with the champion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
he
was-
was super interested in you,
Yeah.
so because he didn't give a crap about me. He didn't give a crap about him. He saw you as a true hero.
The only reason I wasn't that talkative last time is I was so tired.
No, I know. I just
Fine.
I want to make
Fine.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
I'm
Nobody's,
just saying.
nobody's criticizing it. It's fine.
So, you guys arrive at the place. This is the three of you are going?
Graph's repose.
Yes, this is the Graf's Repose over in Nordgarden. It is a high-end
There's a bar. Yes.
hotel slash tavern. It is in a quieter corner of Nordgarden, partially because it's close to the palace and partially because it's high-end. So a lot of people don't really go there because they don't have a whole lot of money. The owners are Rolf and Ulrich Steinmeier that run it. They welcome you guys as you walk in. Bit surprised at the garb that you guys have. They do request that you leave your weapons at the doorway. They don't really care for bar fights and such things.
Yeah. I start unloading just like last time.
Sure.
Big pile of everything. I come
Okay.
up with.
The only
They
reason
have a butler that takes all your weapons, unless you guys resist, at which point they kindly ask you to not stay here.
You left it before when you came in here and talked to your bard.
The only reason I didn't say anything is because this is a champion of the town. He probably respect it if you're in more armor more.
Well, you.
They're not taking your armor.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
They're just taking your weapons to
Right.
avoid the riffraff from causing problems.
Right.
Yeah.
Silly riffraff.
I know.
Yeah, I'll go
Disgusting.
Like I can't hit somebody with a fucking chair.
Fights are for kids.
That's right. I'm here to drink.
Okay, are all three of you gold class?
I made
let me just double check that.
I'm not sure.
No.
You might actually be gold class.
No, guard doesn't even
Yeah,
get up
he's
to
downgraded
silver
after
six.
he retired.
Gold 1, I think.
Yeah.
I think I might silver.
Guard only gets up to silver 5.
Silver 4.
Oh, silver 4? Okay.
Hey,
No,
I would
it's
hit
on here.
brass forward.
Silver 2.
Let's see.
Andy might be.
At one point, we did buy higher end clothes.
I understand that.
Specifically for events like this.
Yeah, but nobody brought any of those.
I'm silver 5. I'm one away from gold.
Okay, so
Yep.
all three of you are not really accustomed to this level of quality.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
It was
The-
delicious last time.
Well, yes. The owners don't seem to really turn you away. You're close enough that okay, they're not going to really make a big deal about it. But the waiters notably sort of avoid your table. I mean, they come every so often, but they're not really paying a lot of attention per se to you.
You don't, can we actively tell them that we're here to meet with Graf's champion, with
You're welcome to.
Dieter. It's Dieter. I know that. Dieter Schmiedenhammer.
Yeah.
As he was here to meet with, company. with
Would
us.
hang on? Would my chest plate increase my notable or no?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, it'll have
That's
some
fair
some
enough.
some associations, yes, but you guys are all silver, so
Yeah.
your general smell is such that they know the difference.
Rose water, my friends. Rose
but-
water.
Yeah, I'll ask
the
like when we
elf
come
there.
in and are giving them our weapons. That we're here to meet the champion.
You're here to meet the champion.
Yes.
He agreed to have dinner with you.
Yes.
Hmm.
Got a problem with that?
Well, perhaps you should wait here for a little bit until he arrives.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can tell if he's lying? Like
If he's lying?
Whether or not, if Graf's champion is already there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Guy's
okay.
just
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
sure.
Wait here till
Sure.
they arrive.
Yeah.
Sure, give me a roll. That makes sense.
Blind.
Yeah. Because he might be there and you just might not be able to see it.
You dare disrespect me.
That pop up.
Showed up for me at least. Yeah, as far as you can tell, he's not here. I mean, it's still a few minutes before 7.
Something he would never be aware of because he's a child. He's a younger man. No, I'm very serious though. When you walk into a wealthy establishment and you want notice, and all of us who've ever been to some
Oh,
place,
they've already
else-
gotten notice because Carlton
No.
announced them.
positive notice. A, you leave Carlton outside. B, you put the gold on the table and you say,
Garcon.
"Garçon," you know.
Yeah.
You put the gold, you put the money. You
Yeah, you
literally
sh-
go,
you
"Here's
show
my
up-
$200."
Yeah, you show off your
Give me
wealth
my
to
drink.
get their attention.
Yes. You don't say, "Oh, but
Okay.
I'm here to see someone." No, they don't care about that.
Okay.
You bring
I-
out the gold and go.
Is there a bar
Yes.
to this place?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I give him a nod.
Just so you know, because you've never been.
And I
as a
walk over to
kid,
the bar.
you've never been
Okay.
that
You walk
person.
over there. They have a wide selection of fine
things you
ales
might not
and
even
drinks
need
and
to
so
know,
forth,
right?
various
Yes, sir.
alcohol options.
If you want to be,
I'm gonna
known,
give
you want
myself-
to be respected.
I'm gonna.
Put the gold out.
When the bartender walks over,
Huh?
pay attention. Put your phone away.
Older lady comes over and says, how can I help you, sir?
Well, lady, I have a question. I am not accustomed to a place of this stature, obviously,
Mhm.
but I've come into some wealth and a little bit of fame, and I would like to treat myself to a whiskey of somewhat above my station.
Okay.
Something nice.
Okay.
I would like a recommendation, if you would, please. And
Certainly.
I'll put a gold on the bar.
Okay. Well, she starts filling you in on a handful of different options and so forth. After a moment or two, she suggests a particularly strong whiskey from the Dwarven Mountains. Your gold disappears, and she pours you a small glass of a clear whiskey. Yeah. She says, "Try this."
Okay. To be honest, how do I drink this? Do I chug it like a shot? Do I sip it?
Oh, this is much more of a sipping.
Ooh, excellent. Thank you. And I will proceed, irrelevant to what these guys are doing.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my time here at the bar,
Okay.
schmoozing up to the old lady,
Okay.
right? And not getting inebriated, but I'm going to educate myself on whiskeys. I'm going to just pluck her brain about all this stuff.
Okay.
And the reason is I've put points recently into consume alcohol,
Sure.
and so I'm trying to justify
Okay.
that increase in knowledge.
Okay.
So this seems like a great opportunity.
Give me
for
a
that.
charm roll. Not blind. Meanwhile, the other two of you, I
He's
understand.
giving me that look because he knows what my charm's like.
I understand. Carlton is outside,
Yes.
or did he come in with you?
Oh no,
still rolled
Carlton's
over
waiting outside.
Okay. You can hear him outside the front door,
75.
announcing your presence to people as they walk by, informing the riffraff to stay away because the great Milton is inside.
Outstanding.
Okay.
They're not well.
Yeah, why we're in
102.
here?
102. Okay. I'll give you a plus 10 for any alcohol-related tests for the evening.
Bad
Okay.
roll,
Yeah, I rolled a 27, but I still got 102.
dude. Right.
I have a 75 charm.
I was gonna say my perception
Okay.
is like on par with his.
So the maitre d or the owner is still having you guys wait in the lobby. I mean, you're welcome to hang out in the bar if you wish. Otherwise, you'll have to wait here until Schmiederhammer arrives.
From this perspective, can I see into the dining area?
You can see a portion of it. You can't see the whole thing.
Can I see the king's area where the
No.
minstrel was last
No.
time? Okay. Do I hear any minstrelly?
Not currently, no.
Okay.
Oh,
Then I will.
Funny doing it.
I'll go in and sit at the bar. And,
Okay.
They've got a
They can
fancy
make it
brandy
alive
they gave
all
us with
that
dinner last time.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I would like a glass of that while I wait.
Okay.
That's the risk.
They charge you something right now. They're basically just taking a few silver or so.
Okay.
At the end of the meal, they'll give you the bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, she passed. I mean, when you start discussing different options, and she pulls she has a large piece of parchment that she's talking to him about.
Oh, yeah.
She slides it over to you and says, "Feel free to pick what you want."
Oh yes.
You notice that it has a long list of drinks and options, no prices at all.
That's when you know you're in a good place.
That's right. That's when you know it's probably too expensive.
I've been to several. I'm like,
Uh-oh.
I'm looking to see if I wrote down
Yeah.
the.
Robert and I went to Vegas one time, and we went to a place like that, and we had steaks and all that shit, and our bill was $400,
Yeah.
and we were just like, we played it off, but I'm sure our eyes were this big when the fucking thing showed up. We were like, oh, that's
so
oh, shit, and this was 20 years ago, so that shit was, fuck, that'd be part of
200 per
1,000,
steak.
12.
So,
Yeah,
are you just
12
waiting in the
bucks.
lobby? You're going to go to the bar too, or are you going to do something
Still
else?
best
That
fucking
better be
steak.
yeah, that's
Uh,
He might have had Kobe. Or
So-
what's it called
Kobe?
What?
Kobe beef?
Kobe.
Wagyu.
Wagyu, Wagyu is the new thing, but Kobe beef used to be the big
Kobe's
thing.
still
The
really good.
massaged cow.
This place had a cooler
So-
in the middle of the restaurant
What
with all the
he
steaks
did
and
and
decided
what
to
Matt
be
was saying
dry aging
is, are
inside
those
of it.
charm tests?
And you,
Well, it
they're
depends.
So awesome.
I don't know. What he did was a charm. He's currently trying to charm the bartender and get information.
What he's talking about is like the money. Wives are slamming the money down.
Well,
Yes, that's what-
the prop would be a bonus to whatever test it is you're trying to accomplish.
Correct. I apologize for game mechanics wise. That's
Right.
how it works.
So if you just want to talk to the maitre d', it's a charm test. If you want to bribe him to get a better reception, then the amount you bribe him relative to the situation gives you a bonus or a penalty.
The only thing is,
Like a brass.
I have I can't put any points into charm or bribery.
Okay, then play to your
Or
skills.
Fellowship.
You can either take a risk or you can not.
Is your character good at things like intimidation?
I have just recently put in intimidation.
Okay.
Maybe you can intimidate your way. He is just a skinny little maitre d' after all. You are a hardened combat veteran.
Just
I'm only 17.
okay.
Well,
keep in
no,
mind.
No.
that's actually fairly old.
In low rent areas, that works well. In high value areas, they
They
get
have
the cops.
security.
Yeah.
Outside,
If it goes poorly,
outside, you hear Carlton start to sing out another announcement, and you hear some marching heading down the street. A moment later, they say, "Cut it out!" and he gets real quiet as one of the town watch goes by.
I immediately time how long he stays quiet.
He doesn't seem to be speaking up at this point.
Oh, okay.
he may be boisterous, but he ain't stupid.
That was great.
Get out there, smack him. I told you to announce me. Go back inside. Earn your money.
You haven't paid me yet.
Oh, yeah, we actually have.
No, I'm paying you an experience.
That's great.
It's a
That's
internship.
awesome.
It's an unpaid internship. It's crappy.
Okay.
So what do you want to do? Or you just want to wait in the
I
lobby?
just want to play that dude now. It's like, if I die, I'm coming back.
Could I ask one of the servants, going around, like, not necessarily do what he did, but like try and get information from the servant. I have etiquette servants.
Okay.
If that helps.
Okay.
And
A waiter walked by. You grabbed their attention briefly.
and
So yes, sir. Yes, sir. How can I assist you?
Hello. By any chance, would you know if the Crown's champion is here? Or is this the Crown?
Grass.
The Graf champion.
The grass champion is here.
No, sir. I haven't seen him yet tonight.
Okay.
I heard he was
and-
at the Marshall Square.
Okay. I'll go ahead and effectively tip her or
Okay.
with a couple silver.
Okay. A couple brass would probably be reasonable for a waiter.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You said silver. I was like, woo.
Then he said gold, and I said, "Well, I don't need to work tonight."
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
it works for
Keep-
the next
keep
dog
in mind.
here.
A peasant's wage is considered brass. A merchant's wage is considered silver. A nobleman makes gold. Okay, so use that for a judgment as to the level of person you're talking to, and they're naturally going to defer to a higher social class. So a servant is going to defer to somebody who's silver, just like you as silver would defer to somebody who's gold level.
Okay. So
Well,
like
high-end
how-
servants, yeah, but peasants don't.
kind of like how I'm silver and he's almost gold, and
Well, yes, but all of the worker class would defer to you guys as betters in the society.
Yeah, okay. So I'll go ahead and tip her 4 brass.
Okay. And in this situation, a single brass would probably be plenty. Now,
I don't-
if you want the extra influence or whatever, four brass is fine. I don't have a problem. I'm just giving you a sense of scale. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you hand her a couple of pennies for her assistance. She said, "Oh, thank you, sir. I really appreciate this. I'll make sure you get the finest table."
Thank you.
Okay. So probably 30 minutes or so go by, and then there is some commotion outside, and
I've got a battery is very low warning on the laptop.
and they keep doing that.
You switch out the power cord.
But that's what's funny is that actually its battery is fun.
Yeah, it says it's full and it just.
Yeah, don't worry about it then.
Maybe the circuitry in the brick or the
I don't know.
batteries going
If the
bad.
battery says it's fine, then I wouldn't worry about it.
I've got
Maybe the
90%,
detector.
Yeah.
95.
Anyways, about 7:20, 7:30 or so, Schmiedehammer shows up. He walks in. He walks in, looks around, glances over you, and heads up to the maitre d'. Says, "Yeah, I'd like a table, table for one, please." And the Rolf at the says, "Oh, absolutely, sir," and it leads him in.
So he looked at him.
He looks across the crowd without recognition.
Oh, gotcha. Without recognition, Mike. Yeah. Well, I guess he did talk to a whole bunch of people.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's been
Yeah.
hit in the head a few times.
He was having some problems actually. So yeah.
So, I obviously see the commotion.
Mhm.
I tap him on his shoulder. I go up to him, and I said, "Did he see you?"
He saw me. He didn't.
Recognize.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he's had one too many drinks.
Well, why don't you go give him a gentle reminder?
So, before he can't just walk past the maitre d'. We're gonna have to need to get a table near him. I think that's our best bet. So, I am going to
Is the champion
this
like?
one. At least I
Does
have,
he
I
get
do
like
have
seen in the
bribery.
more high end area?
Yeah,
I'm guessing-
he's led back in the area around the corner where you don't see exactly where he sits.
Did it look like it was in the direction of
Yes.
where the king's part
Yes.
was? Okay. All right.
The fancier seats, better views, etc., are all in that direction.
Okay.
Could I attempt to ask the same servant that I guess?
Sure.
And ask her if we could possibly get a table back in the
the nicer area.
yeah,
right?
the nicer area.
Adjoining.
Certainly. Let me check with Ulrich. She wanders over to the counter and checks. Says, "Oh yeah, this table looks open." She calls you in and says she'll show you to your table at this point.
Is it the table? Like, did he ask specifically for the nicer section?
Him?
When he
Yeah.
asked her.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
He was asking to be sitting closer
Gotcha.
to the champion.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I didn't need to try to grease some palms.
Nope. She
Okay.
she seems
Awesome.
more than willing. So yeah.
Oh, dude.
She takes you in there, sits you down at a table. Right next to you is a smaller table with the Graf's champion. Sitting there has a carafe of beer and is waiting for his food at this point. Has his helmet on the set aside on the table, his sword laying next to it, and is otherwise thinking quietly with his beer.
At least I know there's a sword somewhere nearby if I need it.
Yeah, he looks like he's reading a note of some sort, like a letter.
I'll just give him a I'll just give him a quick wave and
Okay.
kind of like that.
You
but
catch his attention. He says, "Good evening, sir," and goes back to his letter.
Oh, okay, I guess I just forgot.
I'll take a sip of my whiskey, and I'll look at him and go, so what does? And I'm not even gonna try to get his attention. I'm just gonna go. So I wonder what the champion drinks for a beer. This whiskey's pretty good, but just kind of drop that out into the air to see if he responds.
You hear him mutter under his breath, "Bugmans, of course."
Ooh, Bugmans. It's been a while since I had Bugmans. And I literally lean over and whisper that to him. Fuck, shit's expensive.
But it actually makes sense of why you would be drinking that, because
It's got restorative properties, doesn't it?
no, it makes it so you cannot be affected by fear.
Oh, okay.
It makes you fearless, which is like legit. I'm looking to pick up some before we head into Minotaur country.
I'll snag the attention of.
Somebody bought a
His waiter is being rather attentive. He keeps
Sure.
coming by asking if there's anything you need. Drops off a plate of bread and so forth, and drops off some menus for you guys. Also doesn't have prices.
Yeah, of course.
I'll take the menu and I'll be like, so what are you thinking, man? I'm thinking either the fish or the steak, maybe even this deer right here. Trying to kind of help him out, because we all know he
Give
can't
him
read
some
at this point, but we don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna
Never the fish.
never the fish.
We're not close enough to the ocean or the large bodies of water for it to be the fish.
Actually, we are we?
No, we're in the middle.
No, we got like 5.
We got a whole nother-
days travel.
Whole
Oh,
nother
yeah.
state north of you,
We're
Norden.
up in like the mountain, like
Maybe
that.
it's a river fish or something. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, you want to listen. You don't want to swim in the river, let alone eat something from the river.
That's a fair. We've seen what's in the river.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. I mean, that troll that we killed.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna keep rattling off. Well, the troll that we killed. No, it was more than one troll. How many trolls did we
It
kill?
was.
3.
It was 3 trolls.
3 trolls. I mean, it was like 20 goblins.
I
That
mean-
Oh
orc.
wait, this would be where my skill storytelling could come in.
It could,
There you go,
You
guys.
want me to make a roll?
yes.
or you could start,
Role play it out.
or you could
Role
start
play it
telling me a story.
Oh.
Role play out.
Because remember, we didn't do it.
Yep, you're
No.
the one who
You
did
did.
Right.
Yeah. What's your character's name again?
Anders.
Anders. Didn't you kill a bunch of those trolls on your own?
Got decorated.
Yeah, you gotta take. Is
Yeah.
that what that one medal right there is?
Yeah, me and my group of recruits went out and what was the river called? Hang on.
River Strix.
Sticks,
Me and
by the
my
way.
group of recruits went down the river and cleared 3 trolls from the river of. Hang on. The river between Ratford and Gunberg. Oswald and Gunberg.
It's impressive, man. It's a hell of a feat every time. Every time we talk about it.
To kill not only one unkillable beast, but 3
Yeah.
unkillable beasts. I mean, and obviously your recruits were great, but
Yeah.
their leader
They were
had
there.
They're
something against
recruits.
the
They're
leaders.
recruits. They're
Yeah.
obviously the leader. Was there a beastman? Yeah, there was some beastmen that attacked us that one time on the boat. And you and your
Cultists.
the cultists.
I mean,
Well, the cultists have been a problem everywhere we've gone.
and he destroyed
Even
some giant
here.
Was that-
beast.
He perks up for a moment and looks over to you. That happened to be near the Rotfurt Winery?
Yes.
You were involved in that affair?
Yeah.
Interesting. Give me a storytelling roll.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
Private or blind?
Public
find
is
out
fine.
This is where
Okay.
he's like, he's an actual chaos champion. We're like, oh shit.
Uh,
Killed my brother.
I rolled an 84, so that's a total of 124. Wait, yeah, 124.
124? Excellent. I'd love to hear your tale. Come join me.
I'll go ahead and grab. I assume I order like
It's like those two
Beer
buddies
for
that
sure.
power that let the one guy get laid.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and grab my beer.
You know,
Okay.
Whatever.
Your friends are more than welcome to join me too. I don't want to exclude anybody.
Oh,
I straight pick my plate up.
Yeah.
I'll walk over with my whiskey, sit down.
He has a large meal laid out in front of him. He hasn't really touched
Wait,
much
he's
of
at
it.
a one-person table, right?
It's a single person at a regular sized table.
Okay.
There's plenty
so I
of
was
room.
gonna
for it.
just be the classless asshole and drag the other table over. Yep.
Well, I do
I-
grab
I'm in
it.
black style. Just
as we're moving over, I'm looking at the maitre d' like, as I sit down at the new table, expecting them to bring my food to me because, I'm not moving my plate. That's disgusting. That's what they have waiters for.
Anyways, the waiter brings your food over to the new table, and you regale him for 15 or 20 minutes or so about your story and adventures in the South near Nuln. He seems very much interested in it. Seems to hang on most of your words, especially your military prowess and obvious tactical genius.
you should tell him about the time we killed the chaos sorcerer
At the tower, the whole
Gander.
thing during the tower.
and thank you,
The
ghost
big
of
demon.
elf and the damn demon.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll go ahead and tell him about that and
Yeah,
what
just see an elf in the window.
what we did at the tower. Should I include the basement with the zombies that we faced?
Tell him the whole thing.
Sure. I'll tell him basically everything that happened
I have
at
a
the
reputation I want to
tower. The
Okay.
tower with the basement with 4 zombies and the big
Okay.
chaos looking thing.
He seems.
yeah, something like that.
You get the impression he's less interested in the discussion of the tower and the magical aspects and things like that.
Yeah, I'll-
That does, I mean, he listens because it's you telling the story, but he doesn't seem to really be fascinated by that.
Yeah.
But when you talk about your troubles with the dwarves in the south, in that village north of Nuln, he seems very much interested, invested in the results of the dwarves, and how you rescued some and had hired some, and how well they outfitted themselves. He seemed particularly impressed by any stories of dwarfs and/or soldiers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him all about
Okay.
not that we caught the mine on fire, but that
Okay.
like
No,
all
you should
the
tell him that. We did it to smoke out the goblins, so that we could kill them. Absolutely, man. You could totally turn that into a tactical.
Sure.
sure. Yeah, but I'm mainly going more into actual battles.
Sure.
Not going full on describing every single little detail about the
Okay.
in-between.
So for any interaction rolls with this guy for tonight, you get a plus 15 on any fellowship test.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
That's real nice.
Now, after 30, 45 minutes or so, he's very open to discussing. He doesn't seem to have any recollection of your conversation earlier today. He doesn't seem absent-minded per se. You get the impression that he just meets a lot of people, and he didn't. I mean, that was 4 hours ago. He doesn't
Right.
remember everybody he's talked to and
Meeting a whole bunch of
Yeah,
people, too,
he's trying to be polite, etc. But and so
I'll-
forth. Now, is there anything that you want to specifically ask him, or do you just want to fill your evening with discussions of your past stories?
No, we can't say Wittengorth, so, well, we could bring that up.
You know the one time where we burned a castle
He sends me
to the ground?
the benefits of end-of-life planning. What do they know that I don't?
Same thing everybody else knows.
You will die.
Bullshit, man. They diagnosed my mom with cancer and didn't tell her until she went into the
Well,
next room
we're
for
just
something
going to,
else. And they were like, the cancer.
like, talk with this guy more about the, like, adventures, or was this just kind of like a nice thing that we wanted to do with him?
No, it was more it was more. He is side by side in the household with the Toddringers on a regular basis. He's the one that fights their battles for them. He's the one that does all this. So he hears the random things where he doesn't speak with them. He's not part of the interaction with them. He's kind of like the seen, not heard. They call upon him when they need him. So it's kind of like you were asked one of their servants, but a high-level servant that's trusted. So questions about, hey, where the graph was.
We did already talk to him about the taxes and the dwarves
We
leaving.
did.
We already talked.
We did. While he
Yes, we did.
he said he really respected the dwarves. He understood why they got taxed because they have lots of money and wealth.
Of course, dwarves are thrifty people, very good with gold. They can afford to pay a little more.
Some socialist bullshit right there.
But in game we're still storytelling, but I'm just trying to figure out what we needed to talk to this guy about, because I can't remember what we needed yet.
I don't know. I don't know what your
Well,
guys' goal
my
is.
purpose in the city is to find the Chaos Cultists
Yes.
and purge them. And so we're looking for signs of Chaos infiltration, such as people having purple hand tattoos, people going out in the middle of the night and summoning demons, things like that.
I was also. Do we know the name of the person that we came here to find? That
Yes,
that
we
he's
do.
going by now?
The name currently, yes, and we
Yeah.
found him. It wasn't that was Wallenstein. That was who George found at
At the market.
the market. He was drinking.
Okay, so it's Wallenstein. Okay.
Is yeah,
It's the
he's-
person that we're trying. Okay. Okay.
Elf gets no credit.
Nelson has
Sorry.
a house.
Okay, so I'll just like in a break between storytelling and like eating, like bring up like how's the like high life, or like stuff, bring up like Wallenstein.
So Wallenstein is the guy with the taxation and trade and stuff like that. He's he enforces all these taxes.
Okay.
So you could ask questions about, well, why not tax? My question was, why not tax all the people coming in and out and give the people of the city the break for the carnival at least. I mean, we all got taxed, but some of us got taxed.
I didn't get taxed.
But-
Me neither. I know.
I'm trying to, well, kind of do that, but also trying to get more.
rules.
Like me personally, I'm trying to get a bit of info
Yeah.
about this
Okay.
suspected
Yep.
what team works that with
I
him. I'm not saying
found
this
the trinket
exactly to
myself,
him.
did I get
but,
Okay, so who are you asking about?
You don't have it.
I
Yeah.
have it.
Goddard
Wal-
Wallenstein.
Did I give you a list of the names?
I don't think so.
Okay, there's a list of all the names. You can make notes on that, however you want to record whatever information you have.
Okay. So
I believe the current theory is Wallenstein is a secret Wittgendorf
Yes.
because they both start with W.
That's right.
Good enough.
This sounds good. Let's kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was saying that he does lots of parties, like in the note that we found in the person.
That
And
was only signed Goddard.
let me see if there's any other Goddards on here.
Not on this list, but there's like
Keep it-
100,000 people in this city.
Yeah, the city's a pretty big
Yes,
city.
but he was saying in the letter at the castle that we found, he enjoyed like the high life with all these fancy nobles,
Yes,
and
he did.
Right,
this
which
one
is sort of
said-
like what you guys are doing tonight.
he's actually in the booth right next to us. Oh wow!
No, I mean, you guys are enjoying the high life with the
Right.
nobles.
Yeah.
So the point being, just because somebody has the name Goddard is not proof by any
Right.
means.
But
Now, he happened to have Goddard and the first name beginning with W.
I'm not.
That's
making
slightly more so.
I'm just trying to get any like info about him.
About who?
Goddard.
Goddard Wallenstein?
Yeah.
According to this guy,
No, I got one.
according to Dieter, he is not fond at all of Goddard Wallenstein. According to him, 2 months ago, he swindled Dieter over a pair of horses. He couldn't prove anything, and it still annoys him. But he's firmly convinced that Wallenstein is corrupt.
Okay. So tax and taxation. That's
Send me
the
one thing, but
because tax.
Right.
Sharp
Uh,
thingy that doesn't already.
I
have
could
it.
believe
I have
that.
two.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need this?
Okay. Now, according in the conversation, you get the general sense that his role as a Graf's champion is really primarily honorary. He's very rarely, if ever, called on to actually fight to protect the Graf because everybody's generally scared to
Yeah,
accuse
no one's
the
jamming
nobility.
him, right.
Nobody's going to claim the king is guilty of anything. He is able to move about in high society because of his position, not because of his background. However, he and Graf Boris have always been fairly close, fairly good friends, and he maintains a modest amount of influence on the council, having one vote.
Something I keep forgetting to remind
He
you
is a
of.
vote. Oh, sorry. go ahead.
I just wanted to say, as a elf, I get with my acute senses sight. It's specifically like geared towards what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's for the things that normal eyes would overlook. I
Yep.
have the
Understood.
microscopic things.
Who has another vote
He does. Dieter.
He has one vote.
against the
in
law lords?
court.
No, again, as far as the council, when it
Oh,
the
when
court.
everything convenes.
The court has the ability to vote on various policies and so forth.
Yeah.
The law lords ultimately pass the rules, but they discuss and vote ahead of time. And the champion has the right of a single vote. It's minor influence because it's
Right.
only one vote.
But still.
But yeah, it's something as a member of the court.
Is there, well, is there anything that the king has told you that you think that we should possibly know, just for safety concerns?
Well, I can't really share state secrets, but
Okay.
I mean, the
Yeah.
king honestly has been in a depression for the last 2 months since the death of his wife.
Yeah.
What was the circumstances surrounding that death? I'm a little
Was it
hazy
like-
on that.
Was it
considering-
like? Oh,
Katerina, she is not Katerina. That's the princess.
Annika.
Yeah,
Annika,
she died under
was-
mysterious circumstances. She was a nobleman or noblewoman from Nordland who died 2 months ago. In unknown circumstances, mysterious circumstances. Nothing public has been made.
If they haven't solved that, is that something that we could be commissioned to do? I feel as if I could be benefit to the Graf at least.
You'd probably have to speak to one of the marshals for that. I have no authority along those lines. I know the watch commander and the marshal have their own agents looking into it. But so far, there hasn't been any information or findings.
And they probably wouldn't take kindly to us trying to butt in.
Correct,
and take
yeah.
theirs, yeah. So
They don't really want to have any outside interference. Certainly, it's a private matter for the.
understood.
Are you aware of the Grand Theoden purging a bunch of cultists out of the city recently?
I heard there was some sort of scuffle a couple of weeks ago. Something about witch hunters and cultists and so forth.
Yeah.
Haven't had many problems with cultists in a fair bit of time, but it's not surprising. They always seem to creep up from now and then.
Oh, this isn't the first time your city's had to deal with them?
It hasn't been anything to that scale recently.
Mm.
I understand there was maybe 24 people that were burned.
Yeah.
But no, it's nothing that I've seen recently.
How do you feel about the court physician?
The court
Luigi
physician,
Pavarotti?
Luigi Pavarotti.
He's got a good voice.
It's Emilia.
Luigi. He is the Baron's physician. I only know him by reputation. He has strong opinions, but from what I understand and my limited medical knowledge, I suspect he might be a quack. It feels to me that he's using Baron Stefan's condition to advance his own social status.
Do you think he's?
I really don't. I really don't care for people who use their circumstances to get ahead.
Yeah, well, you don't like me soon enough. So, Stefan is
Everybody at
the
the table is like,
Stefan is the legitimate heir. He's the one that's
Correct.
been sick. That's Anika's
Yes.
son. The one that's deceased mother.
Yes.
Okay.
Stefan is the middle child
Yes.
and the only legitimate heir. The older son is illegitimate, and the younger daughter is illegitimate. But both are in good health, and Stefan is not. He's said to be sickly and isolated inside the palace. As far as general information, Dieter's not telling you any of that.
Right.
So,
And you're for the taxes, but if the Graf is in depression and keeps himself hid away, he leaves all that decision making to the law lords. Is that correct?
Certainly. And the city needs the taxes. Those who can pay should pay.
Saying that.
it's because he knows he's going to piss me off.
He keeps repeating the same thing though. Like
We're on that dialogue option. That the
I
NPC
feel like I feel that's what it's like because every time I go back to that.
Got a question for you, completely irrelevant to all this. Do the priests of Ulrich hold military rank within Midnight?
Military rank, no, but the All Ulrich is a member of the council.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Certainly.
Kind of
he's-
like how the Grand Theogen is probably...
Yeah,
On the
he's the
court,
All
too.
Ulrich is the holy advisor to the crown.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Specifically, he don't know him directly. I mean, I've seen him several times on the court. A lot of his friends revere Ulrich and follow Ulrich. Dieter doesn't seem particularly religious, one way or the other. Respects the title, but doesn't interact with all Ulrich at all.
I'm going to kind of probe him over dinner as to try to find his faith. Is he
Doesn't
more
seem to have
agnostic?
one.
He's
Yeah.
more agnostic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he believes in the usual tenets and so forth of the empire, but he doesn't. He's not strongly one way or the other.
Oh, man, I could convert him. That would be fucking awesome.
I'm going to start buying rounds of whatever the beer he has,
Sure.
and keep trying to apply that to him over and over and over again as much as possible.
Okay.
With my recently
Um,
acquired knowledge,
he-
how much would that cost?
A sizable amount, but they're not sharing prices at this point.
Right.
So you order a round of beers and he politely drinks it, but after that, you get a strong sense that he's notably abstaining. He doesn't seem to be interested in drinking heavily, and he comments about how he has fights in the morning and so forth. He has to maintain his sensibilities. Yes.
I have my fight in 2 days. I totally understand how I would be abstaining the night
Yeah.
before.
He
as
slides
well.
the beer over to you. Says you should drink up. Then I heard about your fight.
Have you seen this
Pour
Minotaur?
it into a cup so I have it for later. It's the Bugman's, right?
He just pulls out a flask. He's like,
No, I generally don't bother with the fights down there. I have a lot of my own duties I have to attend to. If I have free time, I'll stop by. I'd be curious, but
Yeah, I would love for you to be there just to
till you die.
to watch to watch me unarmored defeat the Minotaur.
Okay.
we saw the dwarf do it
We
today.
watched a dwarf do it just today, and it was amazing.
I hear the dwarves have better odds.
Usually,
So, anything else you guys wish to ask him, investigate, or check on?
so the whole time we're sitting there, what did he do with the note? Did he put it away? Did he leave it on the
When
table?
he looked over to you guys and talked to you, yeah, he put the note away
Did I see where that note went
inside his armor.
inside his armor?
Well, I guess you're gonna have to make out with him.
I'm just like gonna have to, just get inside that armor.
I'll throw him some more stories, keep him entertained.
Yeah, that's fine. A few hours go by.
Hey, I'm really. Everybody that
I'm
I
trying
feel like it's a code. Everybody that should pay or can pay should.
Not gonna.
Like I don't know why it feels like a code every time he says it because it's repeated in those exact words. He said it when we were with him before and asked him about it. And I feel like it's a code for something, and I don't know what. I've written it down. I wrote it down last week and was like trying to move letters around, and it wasn't working. So I'm like, I don't.
The etiquette. Well, here's the question: what's the etiquette at a high-end table like that? It's whoever puts their card down right first
Ben.
earns the social status at the table.
Right.
So who's
That's a good dog.
paying for the bill? Because we can't fucking afford it. I
Yeah.
guarantee you.
We'll see when the bill gets here. Well, I honestly don't think of any other information we're going to be able to get out of him because I mean, I like the fact that he isn't
How old is
fond
this?
of Goddard.
How old is this guy?
He is in his
40s.
50s.
Oh, he's that old.
Yeah. I mean, he certainly still seems athletic,
Mm-hmm.
but he's certainly getting on in his age.
Sir Jorah from Game of Thrones, sipping for the ground.
I love that show, by the way.
But the fact he was swindled by Goddard.
Too bad it just took a nosedive in the last.
Well, he's convinced he was swindled.
Right.
He couldn't find any proof.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a guy who that's what he does is commerce and trade and taxes. I mean,
That's not suspicious at all.
right. You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like
What did I mean?
I'm even more than
What's that?
CW.
He told me that.
Well, I was having you interact since you're at the dinner with these people.
I told you that I was if we got all the information that we think we get from him, I was going to tell him some more of the more
Understood.
interesting stories.
Okay, while he's doing that,
Mhm.
I'm going to interlace and add in little bits and snippets onto his stories about the Chaos Cultist and the Purple Hand,
Okay.
right? Letting him know that he's been tracking down, as part of his duties to the crown, this cult.
Okay.
And
See if he
that's-
reacts in any way.
See if he reacts, and also I want to inform him so that if he sees it, basically I want to imply that if he sees it later on in life, later on in the week, or whatever, drop us a line.
Or maybe
Right.
he's experienced it already, and he's like, wait a
Yeah,
second,
yeah.
so and so.
Exactly.
Okay.
Kinda
Yeah.
Pick his brain for it, but also just kind of drop those hints in there and see, one, if he reacts,
Mhm.
and two, plant the seed so that maybe it can,
Sure.
blossom later.
Sure. Yeah. You mentioned it a few times. He doesn't seem to react, at least not with recognition. But yeah, I mean, you at least make the comment so he has some possible recognition of it.
Yeah, I'll even go so far as to drop in. Remember Remember the time where you took on the aristocracy of that one town? What the fuck was the name of the town? Huh?
Wittingorf.
No, it wasn't Wittenhorf, was it?
Are you talking about the big Chaos Warrior and the Minotaur place?
No.
Castle?
No. The very beginning of our adventure, where
Bogenhaven.
Bogenhaven. You know, in Bogenhaven, where it turned out to be some of the
noblemen and traders.
the higher echelons of society, people who would normally be a little cleaner than this.
Mm-hmm.
They got themselves entangled in some cultist activity and got purged as a result by
Okay.
him.
Completely different note. So Karl-Heinz Weissmeyer is the one law lord that's against the taxes.
Uh-huh.
What's his? I haven't obviously can't meet with him. I was just wondering, have you heard what his position is of why there shouldn't be more taxes?
I have very few dealings with the law lords. They seem capable enough. They seem certainly wise as far as their positions in their role. Doesn't seem to have any strong opinions one way or the other, although he seems to feel sorry for the overly shy Reiner.
Reiner Ehrlich?
Yeah, Reiner Ehrlich is apparently a shut-in and particularly shy.
And he still is able to do his job when he's...
Yeah.
He still appears for that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good... Because I need more threads. I know. I asked. All right.
There's a reason there's only like 50 names on that list.
Right. Well,
I thought about doing a matrix of 50 names versus 50 names, but I don't have a big piece of paper big enough for that.
make us draw lines.
That's right.
Strings everywhere.
Find patterns all over.
Oh, I'm not doing that
We
shit
could put a poster board up there with all the different names. You could start putting yarn.
Just be so sad.
I'm going to leave the big castle scene for the last story.
Okay.
That's
So you
a
guys
great
spend a few.
story.
You guys spend a few hours and then
That's what I figured
bid
they'd
farewell.
Yeah, he tells his
Okay.
finale and
So yeah, he ends up listening intently to your stories and so forth. Seems entertained. Around 10 o'clock or so, he bids you farewell and heads out. And
You always can when you're
within
not
a couple
there.
of
If
within
I
a
was there,
minute
I'd
or
be
so,
like,
the waiter comes over with your tab.
does it include his food and drink?
No, just your own.
Oh, that's
Yeah, Dieter's is covered by the crown, so there's not much of an issue there. They charge you 10 gold for the evening.
Do you want me to pack in 2 or 3 gold?
Yeah, I'll definitely take 3 if you want to go ahead and get me 3.
Is that coming out of your fund?
We've been paying for room and board every single night,
Yeah, I
so
know,
we're
I know.
getting to a point where we gotta
So-
start making some money.
I'll toss in 3
I don't know
gold.
what you're talking about. I'm making money. I am broke.
I don't know. I know you are.
I haven't found a single shilling anywhere.
What's wrong with you guys?
I'm on vapors.
Okay, so after that, is there anything else you guys wanted to do that evening, or you want to head back to the
Go bug
tavern?
Somebody.
Hey, look, Mugger Noble.
So,
They thank you for your patronage. Wish you come back again.
yeah.
Actually,
As we're,
Uh,
as we're counting things, like, and here's your 10%.
This
I'm
is
gonna-
for... Oh, sorry.
Hold on. I'm going to go over to the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to have a little conversation with the bartender. Thank her for all of her education this
Sure.
evening and whatever. And
Always willing to talk about alcohol.
yeah,
Finest topic around.
I'll schmooze her up a little, right? Maybe kiss her hand, that type of thing.
Okay.
Get a little flirty with it,
Okay.
right? And then we'll leave.
Okay. Her husband, the owner over by at the Mater D's desk, is watching you. But
No, that's right. They're married. I remember telling us that.
As we walk out,
Do the same thing.
I'll wink at him as we walk out.
okay.
Oh,
Quick,
And you
this
both
is
got
completely irrelevant, but the servant that I talked to at the beginning, was
He's a
it
cop.
male or female?
Male.
Okay.
No.
Short
Good.
Sigmar's hammer.
Okay.
No.
But,
So when we get outside,
Mm-hmm.
first thing I'm gonna do is tell
Carl-
Skinny Mouth there, Carlton,
Carlton.
that at this time of night, there's no need to be announced.
Okay. So he's currently sleeping at this
I
point
figured,
up against
I'll
the
wake
thing.
him up and
Okay.
startle him and Milt's green. Just let him know we don't need to.
I feel like he's Jay.
how long has he been with us?
A day.
I did.
Okay.
Yep. He came this morning at breakfast.
And would he be considered peasant or like our level?
He's
Pe-
a pet.
Oh.
Peasant.
No. Okay, then I'm going to toss
Would he
him.
be considered peasant on our level?
I'm
What the
going-
hell do you mean?
I'm going to toss
We're all
him.
peasants.
I'm going to toss him
Brass
2 or
too.
3 brass.
Okay. You give him a couple of
Right.
pennies.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
He's-
for the day.
And you're staying with us now, right, Carlton? Like until we figure out what's going on. You cool with that?
If you want me to, sure.
We got the room.
I mean,
we got-
just give me some time to look around the town a bit. I did kind of come here for the festival.
Yeah, tomorrow would be the only day that I need you for sure.
Okay.
And only at.
Yeah, I was here talking to some guys about that Minotaur fight.
Mhm.
I'm not sure you're going to need me after tomorrow.
Well, I'll make sure I pay you.
Okay.
If you're that worried, I know you haven't seen me in combat, but soon enough.
Okay.
Soon enough.
Okay.
You'll understand.
So,
if you do
Anyways, you guys return to the Templar's
He
Arms?
is my charge, though, right?
No.
If,
He's
okay,
a messenger
if you
from
do
the
die,
church
I'm
who
going to keep that
is
band.
willingly hanging around.
It's going to be my priority.
But
Oh,
he-
I must have misread that letter then. 'Cause
Yeah,
I got
I-
the implication from the letter that he
Remembering
was
how
a,
I failed.
for lack of a better term, a lackey for me to use. Primarily to do messages back and forth.
Right.
But
He's
he is a manservant, effectively.
not to that extent. He's available for you if you need to, but he's not a hireling
Oh, it's on the
as such.
Yes. It's
I mean,
on
it's not
page
quite
and
the
then
same
it's
level where you hire a guy to do whatever it is you say.
five.
He's a individual who happens to be perfectly fine hanging out with you guys.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But you said
I got
the letter
90
said something about he's to go out into the town and learn more about Mindenheim, right? Isn't that kind
Well,
of
he came up here to join the carnival and see the carnival.
Yeah.
And brought the message with him.
Yeah.
So the message is here. George had it.
I also want to
Doesn't
point out
matter.
that it's fucking ridiculous that the elf bow outclasses all the black powder guns
I am still
at
trying to
every
find
range. At every range. It outclasses a blunderbuss
It's
at
an
point blank
elf
range.
bow. Elves know how to make their bows.
That's right.
Anyways, so maybe 11 o'clock or so, you guys make it back to the Templar's Arms.
We're not.
What?
Nobody
Wait,
seems to be
what time
following
did
us,
you
and
say?
not like he.
No.
Okay, so
I did warn
I actively no
I know.
longer believe that there's terror.
I know you warned them, but no. As far as you can tell, nobody seems to be following you. There are lots of people on the street.
Right.
The park with the Festival of the Fine Ales is only breaking up at 11 p.m.
Right.
So all the drunks are out at this point, going home, going back to their taverns, etc. You guys make your way back to the Templar's Arms unless there's somewhere else you want to go.
You said it's 11.
Hey,
Yeah,
Um,
it's 11 o'clock
no.
by the time you guys make it back to your hotel.
Okay.
you guys said you were looking for people with purple, correct?
Yeah. All right, let's make sure. Are we doing anything else? I'm going back to the.
Yeah, man, about
Okay, so you guys all return there. I assume Matt, you're back at the tavern, at least to meet up with the group.
As long as I found
Yeah.
or didn't
Yeah,
find.
you searched the rest of the place. There's nothing that you found that was suspicious or unique. Now you collected a handful of other personal effects that you can probably hawk for a few gold, but nothing really stood out. Anything really wealthy or really expensive personal effect wise, he likely had himself. But by 8 or 9 o'clock, by the time you get out of there, there's no sign of anything else that you found.
Okay.
Hey, hold on. Remind me again, where were you going?
What? What are you talking about?
Then you tell us in the
I
morning.
enjoyed
So-
the town. It was fantastic.
Yeah, you guys get back. The elf and the ruffian are both back there.
We know what
No.
he's doing.
I'm gonna have a
just don't
conversation
talk
with
about it.
him
Okay.
while they're not here.
Okay.
It's just I couldn't have it while you guys were talking.
Okay.
I need your help.
Okay.
You're stealthy, correct?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He steps out of the shadows.
As he just disappears.
So, what do you need?
Flare.
There is someone who has effectively issued a challenge to me. I need you to.
Kill him? Gotcha.
Yeah, you notice he has a new bracelet.
I need you to find her. I need you to find this woman.
Okay. That'll take money.
Now, alright, how much are you expecting?
It's going to take bribes. It's going to take time. I can find her pretty quick. I mean, it depends on how fast you want her found. Do you want her found tonight? I can do it tonight.
I want her found within the next 3 days.
Oh. Give me 5 gold and we can make it happen. Anything that doesn't get spent out of that 5 gold, I'll give back to you. Anything beyond will be my cost.
Okay.
I've never lied to anyone in this group. I just want to point that out yet.
He is the most, character-wise, he would be the most trustworthy out of any of these.
He would.
Other morons.
Okay.
Yeah, what?
I fought to the death with him.
I was going to say, we literally fought to the death together. Come on now.
She issued a challenge to me, and I can provide you with the resource. I can provide you with the resources. I just need the.
Assurances?
I just need time.
Alright.
Right.
Tell me what your intentions are, because that will help.
My intentions are to find her so a larger group of people can
Ooh.
help.
Oh. So you don't necessarily need to know specifically what room she is in the building.
That would be helpful, but it's not required. I am.
Okay. Do I need to know what block she's in, what building she's in, what bed she sleeps in a specific room? I need that type of
Building.
specific. Okay. A building is good enough.
She issued okay, here is her description.
It's gonna be handy.
She has a purple hat on.
Tonight? Now? Or
Tonight,
At all times.
tonight she has
It's
a,
permanently attached to her head.
purple hat or
I'll give him the general
It's
description of
it's
her
an
as a
attractive
person.
middle-aged woman.
with a purple feather in her hat?
Yes, with a purple feather in her hat, a purple blouse, and leather riding clothes
A rapier
with
blade.
a fancy rapier.
Tell you what,
He gives you a description of her beyond the clothing.
Yeah.
if this is all away from the group,
They're not back yet.
I'm not
Okay.
there in a fancy
I would tell you
rapier
I'll do it
this.
for free. Because, however, I would ask that on your honor, you'll pay me the 5 gold.
I'll pay you the 5 gold.
Only if this doesn't pan out to be a connection to some sort of chaos issue.
Okay.
If it does have connection to chaos, no problem, my cost.
Deal.
Got it. What?
You have elevated yourself to the scariest person at this table.
That's what it's misdirection. That's why he says George is evil.
Yeah. That's what?
The best part is
What?
we aren't there yet, which is sad for us.
Meanwhile, like I commented,
Oh,
you also
totally.
notice he is sporting a new crude bracelet. Looks like a dog collar wrapped around his wrist.
Okay.
It's like, it'll cost me like 50 gold for the name tag. I can just get it.
I don't make any comment.
Okay.
Unless I have some means to tie that back to something like
Some noble woman's
Not-
life is that.
I don't know if
other
you do
than
or
a dog
not.
collar.
No.
Okay. I'll kind of furrow my brow and obviously look at your wrist and kind of look at you and go. So I have the description.
This itself is the challenge.
Aha. Not sure I understand, but doesn't matter. Give me time. I will need you to cover for me, and I may even ask you to accompany me for protection.
That's fine.
You and I both know when the proverbial shit hits the fan. I am not good in personal combat.
No, but you can watch my back.
When things go wrong, he runs.
I never once ran.
I think you ran a little bit from that ghost down in the basement of the
That's
cave.
different. That's totally different. Totally different.
Except for that dangerous situation.
I did too. I'm gonna give him a general description of his bodyguards as well, at least the one I recognize.
That might be easier to find.
Yeah, he gives you a description of the bodyguards. What strikes you as interesting, one of them is kind of vague, big, burly Northmen. The other one, he has surprisingly detailed descriptions on, almost like he has a personal connection.
I drive into that. I want to know aliases. As soon as I realize he's a personal description, I go, okay, let's tie into that. You know, and if he divulges, and I will try to get out of you, hey, I want to know, you know this guy, obviously. You give me personal information. How do you
spit
know?
on it once. It was dry every time.
He was a mate from the past who happened to be under her command at the time.
Okay, is it something that, if he's under her command,
He's a very loyal person to her and will fight to the death to keep her not
So-
dead.
I'll go into, I want to know weapons. I want to know
Not
everything.
dead.
Yeah. Okay. As soon as I get that, that's actually way more valuable than her. Because she may be hard to find because she's in the coach and things like that. Whereas her freaking bodyguards are going to be much easier to find, in my opinion.
I'm going to give.
I look at you and I say, my loss of sleep is going to end up costing me more than the 5 gold. Damn it. And I head out.
Okay.
And my goal is not to spend more than 20 of the newly found gold finding out where this lady is tonight.
I'm also going to give
Okay.
him a description of his habits
What?
from
Money
His
means
habits?
nothing to me.
when I knew him.
Not to my
He-
character. I gave you guys
his
over
habits were
60% of what I found that last time.
yeah.
So,
So I'm like,
Yeah.
Picks his nose with his left hand and wipes it on his right.
Yeah, he didn't have any particular living style as such beyond what you had.
no ticks, nothing.
I have a lot more than that. So
No, I mean he
Trust me
seemed
when I
like a
get back.
very friendly,
I'm gonna
trustworthy
describe it
sort
well.
of fellow. He was somebody who you got along
I
with
wasn't
very
expecting it,
well,
but
and like you said, the
I do
two
it
of
for more than
you,
one reason.
from your own
Not
background,
just to try to
the
buy
two of you
loyalty,
kept each other alive
just to make sure
for the
it's
few
tracking
months that you
within
were
the
there.
sword.
Yep.
It's to all of us.
Understood.
Okay, so he was almost like the brother you didn't have.
Speaking of which, I find the hidey hole. I don't
Okay.
care where
And
it
now you're
is.
gonna go get
A
him killed.
loose brick in the side of a building close by.
Okay,
That's where I drop the cigarette.
okay,
And for right now, if it's something I feel like is very, very safe,
He burns.
I mean, it's not like literally,
It's-
it's not like something anybody would be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna look for this.
no, you find a loose brick, loose stone, or whatever down an alleyway. You don't know how secure it is, but it's at least out of the way. Or you'd have to be looking or otherwise searching the alleyway to find it.
I have dark vision, so in a fairly good alert or awareness of my surroundings, I'm gonna drop both the dagger and the ring in there. The
Okay.
knife in the ring.
Okay.
The gold and the gems, I'm keeping with me, but those
Okay.
two I'm dropping.
Okay.
Actually, I look at you, and I throw a pouch at you. And I say, be sure you keep that safe and don't look at it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's all the gems.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing.
My bag of fingers.
Okay, and then you're going to head out
Fingers.
and try to gather some information tonight?
Yep.
Okay. So a little bit later, you guys return. It's just William here, drinking, having some late food. By the time you guys get here, the party in the town is still going on, so it's hard to get any sleep with anybody. What, if anything, do you guys care to share, or what would you like to do?
I'm gonna need
Actually, I wouldn't tell you to not look at it. I'd say don't spend it. That's what I would say.
This is
I'm just not gonna look at either.
this is Wellentog, not
I wouldn't give a shit. I'd look at it. If
This
I,
is This is the evening of Wellentag.
correct.
I wouldn't. I
Valen.
don't trust
There's
the
no
character.
W in German. Velen.
You know what's weird pronunciation?
Villain.
Spanish.
It's not German.
It is.
It is not.
It absolutely
It's
is.
Empire.
It's Empire. It's a bastardized version.
It's
of shit.
Empire. Well and talked.
All I have to say is I'm very impressed with this entire game system because the way it's set up, you would think there'd be far more ties to the Reich, you know.
Yeah.
And there isn't. There's not a whole lot of ties to it.
Nope.
So it impresses me that there's not a lot of ties to it.
So I approach it, sit down. So you said there's like terrorists, and honestly, if I piss somebody off that bad, I was announced about 800 times today.
It was glorious.
Are they real terrorists? Or are they just a bunch of kids that are upset and want to steal money pouches or something? Like, are they a significant threat? Should I really care? Cause no, okay,
No, they're not a significant threat.
okay. I figured as much. I get it.
glance around the room when I say that.
Okay.
Just like,
Yeah, you see Carlton over at the bar getting a plate of food with his copper.
Make
Yeah.
sure no one
That was
dies.
me.
Sorry.
No, nobody knew at least. A lot of people are eyeing you, given the armor and equipment
Yeah.
and everything.
Nobody. No.
No, nobody stands out.
Thank you for doing that.
Is there any big? I
Yeah.
feel like
Well, and then I'm going to go to bed. If everybody else is, I'm going to bed for the night.
Okay.
I need my rest.
I need to make some money.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out
I'm
what
yeah,
more.
me too.
But if it's all super noisy outside and downstairs, I'm going to close the window.
Is your
Okay.
fight tomorrow?
No.
One more day.
Day
Okay.
3, yeah.
And on a
That's what I was
serious
asking
note,
what day it
if
was.
I have to,
Uh-huh.
I will go to a nefarious dealer and find something that would give me an upper.
Okay.
But I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm not getting lethargic while I'm out doing my activities.
Okay. No, you're not specifically getting tired. Being an elf, you're used to operating for long periods. Give me a blind GM. I guess gossip.
Freaking
Or-
boob.
Or gather information
I
if
will,
you have such.
Like I said, I'm going to.
I know you said you're spending up to 20 gold.
Yes. I
That's
am
unfortunate.
cushioning what I need to.
That's a
19
lot
down.
of money.
Yeah.
I know that's like 2 dinners.
I have.
I want to throw it up and eat it a second time. It was so expensive.
I do have a lot of money
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
I'm a 2 bronze or 3 bronze, so yes, I have a lot.
You spend most of the evening. Now I'm going to make the general assumption based on out-of-game discussions that you're staying at the tavern with the rest of the group, only so that everybody's together.
Only so that everybody's.
So that everybody's together. Now you're free to go wherever, obviously.
I spend time before I spend money. Just
That's
so
fine.
you know.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. As especially given that with the city and the patrols and everything, they're not going to let you just sleep on the street. And other than squatting in empty houses, which is going to attract the locals and get the police on you anyways, it works out a little easier. Okay. So.
Somebody warned me. I'm not going to say who. But
Yes.
Somebody warned me.
Yes. So, you spend, gosh, a good 3-4 hours checking with your contacts, making many new friends with your gold. Over the course of the night, you have probably 3 or 4 leads that say they'll let you know if they find anything. But to your knowledge, although there's a few people that comment that yes, somebody matching that description came to town within the last week or so with a party from the north.
Okay.
They don't seem to have any information as to where they're staying, where they're interacting with, or whatever. A couple of them have commented that they've seen somebody matching that description at the higher end events. Certainly today, she was seen at the park. And that sort of thing. You're not able to track down any location or any information. You end up burning through about 6 gold.
I will
Okay.
explain. Anybody who I know is valuable in that those aspects. I'll say, put out your best sniffers. Tell them I pay 5 gold
Sure. Okay.
for solid, definable. It must be good information.
Okay. I'll give you a plus 20 this week
Okay.
for any gather information related to that topic.
All right. When I get back to the end, I'm very frustrated. But,
Okay.
All right.
So, I know you went to bed. Would the rest of you have anything else you want to do that night, or are you just going to retire and start the next day?
Dad, you said you wanted to make money.
I'm gonna check the pulse
Lots.
on the blade.
Okay,
Check against
there's
the-
a possible
Check the
opportunity.
pulse
if
on
you're
your
willing
blade?
to wait
Check
until
against
after
the-
Carnival.
what is
There's an opportunity that we might be able to
That's
get
what I
money
mean.
Oh
down,
yeah,
down
yeah. It's
below.
still warm.
Because you didn't hear.
I mean, it's not like fire or anything like that, but it certainly still feels warm and comfortable to the touch.
Just making sure it didn't.
Bretonians?
Bretonians
Not yet.
down there. So you didn't hear that from me.
Okay.
You didn't hear that from me.
Ooh.
If
worse
you're
still is
looking
inspiration.
for
That's still.
a bit of
Wake him up.
extra treasure.
When you get back?
Yep.
Okay.
You've been figuring.
Who are
have
you
been
sleeping with, by the
Keeping
way?
track of your inspiration. You know you're plus 10 on everything physical.
No. Anyways, around 2 or 3 in the morning, there's a knock at your door. You're woken up by the elf.
You said for physical things, right? I've done nothing physical since we got in this town.
I looked at you.
We did have a
I don't know who
small
you're
fight
staying
them.
with. It may be me.
I assume.
think it
Sure.
was your room.
I was gonna say. Then I enter the room. I shut the door and I look at you, very frustrated, and say, "Feelers are out. The cost is far more than I anticipated."
The elf gives you sort of a neutral look.
How about-
Very frustrated.
Once this is all over, I will pay for any extra
Nah,
than
no,
you had
you won't.
intended.
It seems to me like my thoughts are solid and true. No costs will be incurred to you. I'm taking full responsibility. We need to find this lady. If she's able to hide that well,
Right.
there's obviously something going on. We need to find her.
Yes, she has in the past proven to be evil.
Tomorrow I'm gonna up that cost from. I offered 5 gold bounty, just for information. I'm gonna up it to 20. If it doesn't pay it out.
Okay.
That's some nice rhyming.
So, rest of the night passes fairly uneventfully. Early in the morning, there is screams and yells as party starts moving again. You guys are woken up early by the sounds of the city. Still a little bit groggy from limited sleep, but not fatigued as such.
I try to do the meditation. Is that a thing? I think it's a thing.
No, not in Warhammer.
Damn it.
Yep, you're stuck with the regular night sleep.
I'm used to this sort of thing.
What would you guys like to do?
So what's today? Today
What?
is
Ashton Dog.
Get
Yeah.
very frustrated with the
There's,
barbarian when he gets up to.
Elven singers. There's
Today
gymnastics.
is Abenteuer.
There's another
first-
Minotaur fight.
Yeah, first event is at the Square Marshals for another challenge to the Graph. And then the Festival of Fine Ales continues in the Great Park.
In Firebird, there's Carolbird.
I at least need to get up with the group so I can
Sure.
converse with them.
Yeah. You don't really have much choice sleeping in, so everybody's up having breakfast as groggy as they are.
What's a light singer?
Good question. I asked for the pouch, by the way.
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
Um,
Didn't look inside.
you could have. Wouldn't bother me. I just asked that you didn't spend it.
It was money.
Oh, shoot.
When I get down to the group, I will explain. I will tell them all in a very hushed tone.
Mhm.
I made it into his house. I don't say the guy's name. I just say his, assuming they know. I must admit, my ignorance has failed me and failed us. I have no ability to read. There were many, many documents, and I mean many documents.
Center of his desk was a piece of paper. I did it, and he
I'm
failed to
sitting-
get
I'm
it.
sitting there literally taking notes. So you can't read.
Had I thought about this ahead of time and thought that it would have been invaluable, I would have taken one of you with me. Who here can read?
I can, and but I have.
I can, but I'm not known for my stuff.
I
Bet
have
you would be without the armor.
I have adequate stealth, and I've been proven time and time again to be able to climb.
I don't understand.
We know.
What? Oh.
Spell skill, it's thing.
This is like that silver thing.
No one else can read.
Lots of
Oh,
advancements.
I
into it.
absolutely can, but obviously it's probably
I would never
what's your
impugn
skill?
your nobility.
Okay.
right.
Breaking
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't chance that with this fight to get my glory.
My son is
Understood.
31.
So with that said,
Right.
I push 10 gold to every member
Oh.
and say, "This is our take."
Does that include the wizard?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I always include
Okay.
every member.
Just want to make sure.
We don't need to go down there.
That feels much better.
So I'm gonna take that.
That's like another dinner.
Milton
One
just,
more day.
We eat tonight.
Milton just feels like a wave of relief. Ah, I got
Yeah, I'm taking the 10 gold he gave me, and that's going into the group fund, so we can continue to stay here for the rest of the week.
Are the challenges to the Graphs Champion to the death?
No.
And I want to ensure you all, and I opened up
Is
the
there betting
pouch
on them?
No.
as
I
once
mean,
again,
there's betting on
this one you
everything.
were carrying.
There's no official betting.
I opened up the pouch, and as this one he was carrying, as hidden as I possibly can, I let each member see it.
The other pouch?
Yes.
Okay.
And I say I'm going to try to get the best price I can, unless someone can tell me they have contacts better than mine.
I do not.
It's
I
haggle,
like
right?
the red one.
I pull out a red one and hand it to him.
Okay. Yeah. There's a small. It's a collection of pinky nail sized gemstones.
Anybody
Wow.
have one they wish to keep?
Oh, before you hand me that, are these something that someone might be looking for? Because I'm assuming we knew we had that whole plan of what you were doing.
Absolutely, you guys
Can I
know.
make
Hey.
Okay, then I'm going
Can I
to.
make an evaluate roll to see how much?
Sure.
Much at least I
I'm
think.
going to
Evaluate's
drop
not a-
that right back in the
it's a-
bag.
One.
It's a trained only skill.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. Give me a blind GM roll.
I drop it back in the bag
Okay.
because I'm not going to walk around with the goods.
That's why I understand is that
Right.
my connections are not going to be. I mean, understand it.
I don't have any underworld connections.
Also, I have a signet ring and a almost ceremonial knife that I've hidden.
Give me a
I
I need to see.
Hold on.
hid it.
I'll ask the wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Can you detect any chaos off that knife?
He
I
doesn't
Evaluate.
have
He
it.
doesn't have it with him.
Evaluate.
I will absolutely
One
escort the
gem
wizard to
would-
it, but
Yeah.
I was
Right.
worried that those would
Right.
be
You take a look at it. You evaluate them.
I may have
You suspect they're worth.
and we implement.
There's maybe 20 stones.
I have low politics.
They're worth between 2 and 5 gold apiece.
So about
wait a
100
minute.
gold.
That pretty much pays what we didn't get when we got here.
So basically about 100 gold for this entire bag. I'll whisper.
Anywhere between like 40 and 100 gold.
Nope. He says 100.
He says 100. I'm
Yeah.
I am going to
Going high price.
secretly,
High
because I don't care what if mine is way off from
Here,
him.
Do you have
I'll-
evaluate?
I do.
I'll
Okay.
specifically whisper it.
No. You tell him what you tell him. I'm not worried about that.
Is it /R?
Yes.
Slash R
Slash
1D100 plus whatever it is.
100 plus. Evaluate is evaluate intelligence based?
Yes. I mean, I have a 40 30, but that's it.
Save macro, and I have to do it blind.
Uh-huh.
And that's already blind GM. Just out of curiosity, I kind of look at him and I look at the gems again, and is my assumption to be, or my evaluation to be about the same? I already did it. It should have already went. I'll try it again.
It's in your chat.
Oh! My chat is showing nothing.
It's not.
No, I've always disliked.
Okay, that's because I have it set for. I don't like that because when it's set on blind GM roll for me and I send a chat, it just sends it to me, which is meaningless.
Really? Okay, I'm trusting myself.
Oh,
But I do
you,
not.
you trust whom you wish.
And I say, I just shake my head. Is that okay? Wow, good job.
Guys hand it to me or?
Because I have a better skill than you, and yeah, it's a pretty good job. So,
Okay.
let's, yeah. I always trust myself when don't look at my screen.
I can't even look at anything that far away. I got, even though I'm like only 15, I need to like look right here.
Oh,
See
son
something.
of a weirdo.
Most of my life I've been on a computer.
I have been too.
Configure settings.
I still-
I don't go outside much.
I still have 20
Okay.
eyes.
You need to. You need to get outside.
Where you guys want to go?
That's the difference between our generation. That's literally, in my opinion,
Yeah.
the only difference. Take away Facebook and all that communication, and get people outside. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I'm
EMP
gonna go down
pulse
and
for
see
2024.
if Uli
Good luck with that muscle.
has any bugbear.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I,
no.
I can't read.
Bug-
We-
that
we don't
small
stock
font
that.
and that
Okay.
far away, so you don't have
Just
to worry
wanted to see
about
if he had
that.
any.
Yeah. You might try at the Festival of the Ales. I heard there was some dwarves selling some. Otherwise, some of the higher end establishments might have a small supply.
Didn't I
He-
buy some?
No, you
Buy
didn't.
some more.
He bought 2 kegs.
Okay.
The wizard bought 2 kegs to be delivered, which I don't know if it here, but I need some for tomorrow. So before tomorrow, I need to at least get a flask worth.
You get a little
Chug
wobblies
before-
already.
No, just to make sure there isn't a fear factor. Fear factor.
While you were investigating, looking for information, you commented you were looking for some sort of drug to help you stay awake, Matt.
Yes.
Some of your contacts referred you to a drug by the name of Renaud's Delight
Uh-oh.
that they offered to sell you if interested. You didn't take them up on it because you didn't decide to stay out that late. But if you're looking for some sort of
Renault's
ingestive,
That
will
Renault,
That bonus for the determining alcohol was just for the evening, right? It wasn't permanent.
So I'm sending you back this. I hope to God it's on.
should be /W space GM space me.
So private GM role won't do it.
That might work.
I'll just. cut
I'm just
this
gonna
up
I'm
just
just
in
gonna say
case.
test
Okay.
and see if it works.
Yeah, that works.
Well,
I just zoomed into the middle.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
How the hell did that happen?
You sent a message to the party from the party, or party to the GM from yourself.
Right. That's okay. That worked.
Okay.
So,
So
any of you with medicine skill
I
can give me a roll for that, assuming you share that information as far as Ronald's Delight.
You know it's not helpful.
I do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, you know what's helpful? The fact that we have a physician that's not here.
Yes.
I rolled pretty
20.
good. That is.
I don't have. What is it called? Medicine.
119.
119. Okay. You're familiar with Ronald's Delight. It was a common problem in the service. Typically used by people going through basic or warriors who were out on duty for far too long. It is a stimulant made from a combination of sulfur, mercury, and other elements. Inhaling the powder increases your movement speed, increases your weapon skill, your strength, your toughness, and your agility, which lasts for a couple of hours. Afterwards, you burn out and suffer a negative to the same areas. It's known to be highly addictive.
Getting all
How
sunburned
much
here.
does it, depending on how much you take, is how much it increases it?
No. It's per dose. I mean, you could take more if you really want to, but then you freak out. Side effects are a strong bloodshot look to your eyes and excessive sweating. It also leads to abnormal appetite and a desire to eat everything in sight.
I think the
The
dwarf.
yeah.
I ran into him during the bar,
That's,
drinking.
Sounds
Yeah,
like you're
if
free to
you
use
want.
it too.
Yeah, that's
Street value typically is 18 shilling a dose.
And how fast does it react to the blood?
Depends on the metabolism, but generally within a couple of rounds.
gonna need
I
a full
will
doses
tell
of
him.
that. And I give you
I will.
give you the.
18 gold.
Okay.
Give me 10.
I thought you said
18 shillings.
18
That's what I
shillings.
said. Give me 10.
Okay, I was like,
I'm gonna warn everybody. It's very addictive. Like emphasize that a lot.
but I'll have time to recover, and you guys will help me detox, right?
Drug.
If
I will
That's what we
absolutely
want.
help you
because this is
detox.
my plan now is to
Let's take the guy
Get
with
all
a bunch
jacked
of
up on
guns
Mountain
and
Dew.
shit, and have him get jacked up and then say,
Go
okay,
on, you
now
Detox.
We're gonna, now we're gonna detox you.
We're cutting
The
you
hell
off.
You
Oh,
are.
no, you're not.
and the answer is no. As all 6 pistols
Now,
come out of water.
now, Matt is familiar with addiction from Rolemaster mechanics and how bad it gets real quick.
If
Okay.
there is ever a way to kill your character fast, it wasn't combat, it was
Right.
addiction.
just 2 doses.
I recommend just using it only.
What's the AF?
Like,
Do we have
before
any
the-
idea?
Highly addictive.
God.
With the bonus, I mean, the bonus is obviously worth it.
Listen to
That-
what
Dude, I was thinking about
Listen,
getting a dose
okay.
just for an emergency.
That's what I was going to do. But here,
yeah, it's
keep in mind,
emergency.
those of you who don't understand addiction
I
factor,
missed breakfast.
and a AF, which is an addiction factor, is a percentage roll per dose, cumulative. Okay?
With
So
my
let's
back-
say that if it's berry,
with my
it's going to have an
background, would
AF
I have
of
used it in the
somewhere
past?
No.
between
No.
30
No.
and 50.
And
Gotcha.
would I
So if you
not
roll
want to use
on
it
your
as
first
That's up to you. It's never come up before,
and
but
you
you're
roll
familiar
a
with it from the
50 or less,
service.
you're addicted.
Okay, so
On
like
the
one of my
first dose.
friends
On the
used
first
it,
dose.
and I saw
At
what
which
happened.
point you must take 2 doses A to get an effect from it, and B you must take at least 1 dose every day or every is it day or week?
Generally every day.
Every day, or you suffer massive penalties.
Gotcha.
To all of the stats plus mental stats.
It is rapidly a downward spiral.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
When
roll,
you take that dose, you risk furthering your addiction.
right.
Right.
Rollmaster, almost all the drugs are very low addiction factor because all the healing drugs do the exact same thing. And that's how you heal in Rollmaster.
I don't know how many people I know that have been
Andy.
addicted to crap. It's been insane. I got addicted like dose number 6 on Attribution is addiction factor of 1.
Yeah. That's why generally you have like 6 or 7 different.
4%, 8%, 16%. It's not 1%, 2%, 3%.
If it's 30, it goes 60.
Yes.
Yeah, it doubles every time.
And then 120.
I mean,
And it's
Need
got an
2
addiction
doses.
factor of what? On
just
the-
Don't
in
know.
case. Now, is this a like potion bottle or is this a bump?
This is a sniff.
Okay.
So it's probably small.
Okay.
Depends on your
Normie.
background. Depends on your background, friend.
So
my
you
God.
should probably take it like
Had he said
only
snuff,
one.
I'd be like,
11
Sean, you've done
times.
it before,
No,
we're good.
one. My friend, I'll tell you. Like my friend used it while we were in basic, and he
was awesome.
He was awesome, but it did
He got
not
through
end
basic
well
quick.
for him.
Then he wasn't awesome.
Yeah, it did not
Okay.
end well for him.
All right.
But he passed
Me
that
being
PT
who I
test.
am,
Yeah.
I have no problem getting anything you need.
Okay.
I will not participate in what it will take
The healing drugs.
to wean you off if you get addicted.
That's not
Understood.
a thing right now. You can get poultices and things like that.
Okay.
Ronaldo's
Plenty of
Delight
them.
is actually a Warhammer
Just
thing.
need 2 doses then.
So, if you participate in weaning him off,
Would you
no
still
problem.
be okay with me
If
asking
it gets
him
beyond
if they
you,
have anything like
trust.
that?
I'll
Any
take care of it.
Ronaldo's
Okay.
Delight?
I know
No,
you'll
the
take care of me.
healing
I know you'll take
Healing
care of me.
poultices? You can get those just in
No.
town.
Trust. I'll take care of him. Because he won't.
I
be
honestly might need to
deal
buy
with
more healing
himself.
drugs, so.
Okay.
Nope, I already got
Let me
it.
run off naked into the woods.
No, it's gonna be far beyond that. You'll start killing kids and babies and stuff to get the money to pay for the drugs you need.
Wait,
How's
You
that
won't get
different
you.
from now.
No, you won't care how much you'll defile yourself or the world around you to get the drugs you need.
Gotcha.
Andy, after you do the tournament, I am going to make sure you do not use that drug unless it is
Warning you ahead of
an
time.
emergency.
I've already seen it in role playing games. It's horrible.
No, I'm
And-
just.
and we want to know.
I literally had a friend of mine, one of my best friends, die a couple days ago in real life.
Yeah.
So-
I mean,
Yeah.
Rollmaster and Warhammer does not shirk away from the bad parts of addiction.
I wish,
Oh,
friend, anyway,
no. You're,
I've experienced it 3 times in my life. I grew up around it.
Oh, really?
My neighborhood was nothing but a bunch of druggy assholes.
Well, where you were telling me,
It was horrible. So yeah, I understand.
Okay.
No worries.
Anyway, street price is 18 silver.
Okay. No problem. I can give it to you. And
Probably take it like a minute or two before.
He's ready to
you
sign up.
start, if possible.
Now, Sean.
Yes.
Okay. Should I say this as a whisper?
well, this is
I don't
easy.
care.
Probably.
We know where to get it now. Go to the fucking dwarf. The dwarf has to have a supply of
He
it.
just has a
He
contact.
isn't. I don't want to say it, but he's.
I'll get the 2 doses.
You anger me.
Okay.
I will contact that particular person.
AS.
I'll get 4 doses.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not
But I
saying
explained to him, I'll pay, and I pay
He's a dwarf.
He's a
good
jerk.
that. Sure.
to ensure
He's a
that
jerk.
Milton and his
We just got
compatriots
German.
are never to be provided again in this town.
Well, I'm just a dealer. I can't really control that. You'd have to talk to the man.
Okay, let me talk to the man.
You don't want to talk to him.
Why? Is it? And I give the name of the person who I talked to already. That is the man, supposedly.
None of you have actually talked to who the underworld is referring to as the man, who apparently runs the.
Watertown?
Yeah.
Okay. How about this?
You talk to a street dealer. That's relatively easy to locate.
Then I.
For
then
at
I
least for
tell-
your contacts and everything. He will certainly sell you some drugs. He cannot guarantee that any of his companions or associates will not sell to them, and he's not willing to make that deal regardless. He says, "You want the Ronald's Delight? I'll sell it to you. If not, see ya."
I'll give him 4 doses. I'll buy 4 doses either way.
Okay. He charges you 2 gold apiece.
Okay.
No, not 2 gold.
That'd be
20 silver. 20 silver apiece.
That's fine.
So 1 gold apiece.
I'll give him an extra gold just to be like, you know what? I appreciate what you're doing out here. You keep up the good work.
Says, no problem. I'll give you a dose for free.
Appreciate what you're doing. don't you give it any more
Actually, what I want from him is some basic snuff, some basic hallucinogens
Okay.
Got me.
that I know are cheap as hell.
Okay.
I love how you are like the most amoral character. It's just goddamn. Dude.
Sure.
I think
He gives you some powdered mushroom. Looks very similar.
Fighting a giant teddy bear.
It's in a separate small pouch.
I feel like
It's
my
what, 3
character's
doses?
like-
What the f-
Especially if it looks similar.
It looks very similar.
very ecstatic
As
about
he
it.
Yeah.
slings around as I'm choking my
Alright.
butt off.
So,
I feel like my character, like Anders, is basically me if I became a soldier
Kiss it. It's my good luck
and
charm.
retired effectively. I feel like that's how it is.
Okay.
it's amazing to me, and I love playing with kids sometimes because they haven't experienced the hate and this corruption in the world that people who are older have experienced. Because I've experienced some freaking heinous shit. I've watched somebody get gunned down literally in front of me when I was 5. So it's
Goddamn.
oh yeah, first person I ever saw killed. I was 5 years old. So it's a amazing difference. I love it. I love it. Yeah, my neighborhood was bad.
I
So-
grew up on base.
So he spends a few hours in the morning making deals. What would the rest of you like to do? Like I said, the first event is the Square of Marshals at 11. The Great Park opens for the Festival of Fine Ales at noon. The next events are not until 2 o'clock.
I want to go watch the Grass Champion fight.
Okay.
Because and I'll say this quietly as we're like heading that way, because I have this horrible feeling that we're gonna end up fighting him at some point.
Probably.
Because we're if this city tracks like the last couple weeks, the aristocracy within the city is the ones that are the problem.
And if we've
And so we're gonna
hammered
start purging the aristocracy. We're gonna end up running into him at some point or another. No matter how many fancy dinners we have with the guy, well, I don't want him to understand how powerful I am. And he's not I have to know he's a chaos cultist before I can really fight him. We don't know that.
Nah, he's
No way.
I tend to agree with you. And if he's not, then I lose a lot of my capabilities.
No, he's not.
Like
He's
my
still
holy
like-
hatred.
Gotcha.
The stories he told me, he's not careful.
When I get back,
We don't know that. He should be a straight liar.
the other thing I want to make sure of is, oh god dang, what the hell? My mind literally went blank, so let's continue on. All right.
Okay. So you guys head to the Square of Marshals. Was there anywhere else that people wanted to go in the morning?
I would like to go find someone who can embroider my leather. Not my leather as in like wolf hide. I'm gonna try to find someone who can fancy up my armor. Make me appear as a higher status than
You literally did save my thoughts.
Okay.
I have the etiquette. I have the prior experience to be able to keep up my armor and
I
everything.
don't mean to rob people.
And keep up my current look.
Okay.
But I don't have the physical look to accompany it.
Okay. So, 2 gold in a day, and they can embellish your armor such that it's higher quality.
Alright.
I would also ask for A, protection, and B, I want to see if there's any response to the fact that I robbed that house.
What do you mean protection?
I want somebody with me.
I'll go with you.
I mean, it'd be better probably if I'm alone. But if you want to go with me, that's great.
If
Take
you
him
need-
with you because he doesn't stick out nearly as much as I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you're
go ahead,
busy,
take my place.
so-
Okay.
If
So
you're
just
not- if you're
when
busy-
when you're
I'm not
talking to
going
the
with
rogues,
my
you're talking
skull on
about,
my shoulder.
No,
or just
yeah.
around city.
That's
You
fair.
Just when I go to that particular area where we're up the guy's house, I want somebody
You
with
want
me
somebody with you.
in case, yeah.
Okay.
Just,
So the 2 of you are wandering over there
just
at
to
some
see
point. Okay.
if what
And-
response there was to the fact I robbed.
Can I
And
have
if
before we
They do
leave
suspect you, I might be able to clear that up a
It
bit.
shouldn't.
the tavern? Can I have the wizard tell me where they located the bugbears? The general area of.
Oh yeah. He,
Because I'm gonna go there
he,
today.
he points it out as far as he tells you where it is at the Festival of Ales.
It was a
Gotcha.
dwarven, yeah. Because I was with
It was
him. when he
hidden.
did it.
Cellar.
It was hidden in
No,
there. Nobody
he
was
was
with
by
it.
himself.
Yeah,
he was
he-
trying to figure out how
Yeah.
to carry it.
And it was hidden like
Oh,
behind and
okay.
in the back.
That's why he asked to have it delivered.
I didn't think I was with him or something, or had some part of it.
No,
Like
we
I
were
said,
looking for the person.
And I had
when
business with
he
him too,
found
but I
her.
forgot about
That's
it.
right. I was
so.
going around collecting my mugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
You got your shot.
Yeah.
Remember?
So maybe-
Good shot.
Which I am still walking around with.
Yeah, a couple of them have
And
become
then
chipped
me
at this
and the
point.
No,
dwarf
no, no.
got
I
a
bought
little
I
bark
paid
fight.
the extra for the
Crockery
computer
ones. Okay,
Oh, you
that's
did?
fine. Yeah.
And me
Yeah.
and the dwarf had a little
So
bark fight.
I've got a bunch of metal clinking
You
around.
paid
I'm like,
extra
Right.
for the lead ones. Come
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Those
I'm
are high
using
quality,
phone
man.
and remembering all these.
oh
I'm
my
gonna
god, you
gas
just
myself
explode.
Okay. So,
I'm sorry. It's,
All of you guys
it's
are
every
doing
bad
it.
thing to
I've
do
got
all
a
at
okay, so you ask around while you're making your deals in the morning,
I've got a
accompanied by the soldier.
I'll try to keep a not
Right.
so not following him, but a distance. so
You
I'm
keep a
not,
distance as a obvious
Just snag
strong arm, but not right
yeah,
there interfering.
Not like
That's fine.
I'm with
You make a couple of deals relatively easily. Get what you need to purchase. There is no word on the street of any robberies in that neighborhood.
Excellent.
Okay. They're rather curious why you're asking,
No reason.
given
Oh.
your associations and contacts otherwise.
I need to find, and I can't remember, I need to go to,
And one or two guys say, sort of get question a bit and say, well, if you're engaged in activities, make sure you pay a tithe.
don't worry. I always do.
Okay.
And I literally look at whoever that is that questions me. I'm like, you know,
Yeah,
with absolute
he's
disgust.
he's mainly looking at the other guy a little bit up the alleyway. Yeah, as he's talking to you, sort of nervously looking at him.
Don't worry, he'll only kill you if you step
Yeah.
out of line. It's okay.
So yeah,
I mean,
he
intimidation.
comments you should inquire at the Drowned Rat for payment terms.
That is not where I was told to go, nor where I will go.
Okay.
And
If you are looking for your notes about the John Rat, it
Cut
is-
Purse Tavern is where I'll go to pay my terms.
Okay.
I believe that's who was covering that area.
You have gotten the distinct impression there is more than one Thieves Guild.
You told me that already.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember who covered this area. And I'm like, oh, shit. And now that I remember, I'm trying to. I think this guy was outside of the Cutpurse Tavern's area of control. The drowned rat.
Drowned rat.
Yeah, that was down in the southwest area. Near
So,
the slum area.
you guys go to the Marshall Square.
Mhm.
Okay. The notables that are there for Abenteuer
Yeah.
are Dieter, obviously. He's competing. Maximilian and Siegfried are all there. The other ones of the court are notably absent. There's far less participation today.
So not a single nobility in the last 2 days.
So,
Correct.
Where was,
I wonder if he's out of
where
favor.
was the house at that you were
Okay.
I
at?
don't
Like,
think
which
he's
area
out of favor.
Or
I
they're
think
just hedonistic
Um,
guys.
dead.
Like over
Father's
here?
hiding.
No.
He takes on
I think
a would-be
Was it in
challenger.
the area?
Yeah, relatively unskilled. Looks like a up-and-coming warrior type
Whoa.
who doesn't have a whole lot of experience, but has a whole lot of will and desire.
Obviously.
Visibly, the Graf seems to toy with him for a few rounds, and then tires of it and dispatches him fairly easily.
From a fighter's perspective, when he decides to actually turn it on, how good is he?
Pretty good. He looks very experienced. He looks like a 50-year veteran,
Yeah.
or 50-year-old veteran, but his age is getting to him, and he's slightly slower that. But once he gets warmed up, yeah, he's as good as anybody you've seen, and has certainly earned his position.
Yeah. Does he have any noticeable limp
No.
or a weak spot in his fighting style because of the prior injury or anything that I can notice?
Nothing that you can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying which one do you want
I mean,
more?
most of his style seems to be more of egging the crowd on and giving whoever the challenger is a decent chance, or at least the concept that he's doing well.
Mhm.
And then after a little bit, when the crowd starts to lose interest, he takes a couple of strikes and finishes the fight.
That's what makes
He
sense.
told me
Okay.
originally. I can't remember.
Now, there's no nobility, but is there anybody in the crowd who looks capable watching this as well?
Sure. Yeah, there's plenty of people that look capable. I mean, the town is filled with travelers from all sorts of regions,
Right.
and a large number of Mindenheimers, all
it's
of which
kind
are
of a
fairly
warrior
sizable.
culture too, isn't it?
Yeah, Mindenheim is very heavy warrior, especially with Ulrich.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, most people look capable. They don't have the talent or skill that he does from all his years of experience. But his is purely ceremonial one-on-one combat rather than military experience
Right.
that he has.
So he might have, watching his fighting style, he might have difficulty fighting more than one or two opponents.
Yes, most likely.
He was super interested in the tactical side of things.
Yeah, he's very much a solo fighter because that's how a champion would be.
Right.
He spent the last 20, 30 years doing nothing but solo fights, and from his own words, he rarely even does that. Really, his only competition is practice
Yeah.
and this.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
So, you guys meet up shortly after the events at the Square of Marshals, and up to go where? You said you wanted to go to the park. Were there any of the other events in the afternoon that you guys wanted to go to?
All of us met up?
Yeah.
Okay, I will explain what's going on with me
Okay.
What is going on with you?
then.
Been
I
feeling a
need
little
to,
ill.
No. I hand over
I think I've
2
got a
pouches to
kidney
you,
It looks like there's a squid on top of your head.
and I say, make sure to take this one first. They say that the brewing potency will just take this one first.
Okay, I will separate them separate. I'll know which way I put them into my bandoliers.
Sure. Okay.
And believe it.
Okay.
Quick question.
And I absolutely do not give him 2, just so everybody knows. I mean, I don't care. I don't give him 2 doses of that
Okay,
shit.
good.
So one dose and then 1 dose of snuff.
Yes.
Double up on the speed. He keels
Boy,
over.
You never know. It may make it to where the second one makes you dead into the pain that may come.
I was honestly about to ask, did you give him 2 doses or 1?
Nah, just
Because then I will
you-
probably take in the
you
second
would already
one.
know because I would have told you after I bought them. Like, all right, hey, I got these and this is what I'm gonna be given. I'm
So,
honest to at least
I-
remember.
Yeah, you give him, I'm assuming, 1 of each.
Yes.
Okay. I will let you decide at the time of the combat when he actually takes it. At that point, you can tell me which one it is that he's taking first.
All right. So, and I
When we go to
turn,
leave, I'm
turn
gonna
to the
make
group
sure I fill up one of my goblets.
and say, my activities have come at a cost, and I must go pay said cost. And I want to inform everybody because it puts all of us at risk if I've paid said cost to the wrong association.
Do you need some
Hey,
muscle?
Drowned rat.
I will definitely accept anyone that wishes to come with me. I would not wish either of you to be affiliated with this particular area. And to be honest, I don't think you should either.
No, that if
I'm okay
you
with
don't
that.
want them, then no, you don't
Yeah.
want me either.
Um,
If it's entwined with the
No,
drowned
like,
rat, then I'll
just
come.
Yeah,
standard.
take him.
Yeah.
yeah. Just understand if I don't come back, or if we don't come back for a while, it could be because of something going on that we have been having to, are forced to handle.
This
Okay,
did not
where
end
are
well
you gonna
very
be?
last time.
Currently,
In case, like, if you don't show up by tomorrow,
We're
then
gonna
we need to
come
come
find you.
looking for you.
Don't come looking for us. if you
okay,
don't.
Sean, on the first time I went into the underworld, you told me specifically where the, I don't remember what they're called, where the lower area off to the right of the lower right of the map controlled
winds.
X.
Mhm.
Lower left of the map controlled Y.
Mhm.
I don't remember where his building was in that control arc.
The one that you originally went to
Yes.
was, which one? What did I call it?
The drowned.
He,
It was the one in the wind.
hold on.
right?
It was called. He called it specifically the Cut Purse Tavern.
Cut Purse Tavern.
Cut purse. Cut the purse open and take the gold.
Okay.
Which is kind of telling everybody, hey, we're a thieves guild, but hey,
Yeah.
Does anybody care?
no.
Okay.
Down the
That
wind, nobody
is
cares.
over in the wind in this area.
Wait, that's down there?
That's the wind.
I thought that was the.
That's where the
lower
locksmith shop was,
Correct.
etc.
area. Okay.
Okay.
And I remembered it being down there, but I couldn't remember if they controlled which. I
No.
believe his building was right here. I don't know if you can see that.
His building was up. I want to say it was up here,
Wait,
I can't see.
up in the northwest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think it
thought it
was.
was.
I swear you said it was right here.
Nope. Pretty certain it was not. Let me check.
That shit.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Right here was the commerce, the commission
Okay.
for. That's where the office is. Not his house.
Okay, I was looking for where he lived.
Right. His house is going to be up in the northern area, which is going to be roughly in this area.
Really?
Yes.
Because I thought, okay, just so we know, when we first discussed it and we were going through the ideas of me breaking in the first time, it was at his quote unquote office / house.
Which is two different things.
Okay. And
His-
my understanding is they were all one thing.
No, his house, his abode, is the fairly neutral, nondescript place.
Okay.
His office is a government building.
Yeah, I wouldn't have broke into that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. So his house is in the northern area.
That will be under
Okay.
control of the
So
drowned.
I would tell you I'm going to the whatever this area down here is.
The wind.
No.
The drowned fish area, wherever that was. I forgot
I'm
what
sorry,
that
ping the
was.
map again where you were heading.
It's the lower left.
Right.
And you called it
The drowned fish.
no,
The drowned rat.
drowned rat.
Oh, wait.
Someone
yeah, that
else
one
is
makes
very
sense.
familiar with the drowned rat.
Yes.
I am not.
Yes, if assuming you're filling everybody else in, then yeah, William certainly
if he wishes
recognized
to
it.
divulge that, he says, "Hey, I'll go with you because I'm,
Sure.
I can help you out with that." He doesn't necessarily tell me, "Yeah, I've been to the drowned rat like multiple times." I don't know that because he didn't say that.
I have not mentioned that. No.
Right.
Okay. So yes, the drowned rat is in the southwestern section, known as Ostwald.
And do I understand that they would control the thievery in that area?
Yes.
Then yeah, that's where I say I'm going.
Can you delay for a day? Can you delay this plan for a day?
My cost will increase for every
And-
day.
No. Okay. Let's continue.
I do check to make sure there is no word.
No word.
The gold I paid for a
Oh,
word on the
there hasn't been
Borgars,
any word as of yet.
I let it be known to increase it to 10 gold.
Okay. So, in the meantime, did you guys haven't been to the park yet for the thing? But I'm assuming you guys stopped back at the tavern to meet up, etc., compare notes.
Yeah.
That morning, 2 casks of Bugman's was delivered to the inn in the name of the wizard.
Oh, good.
Convenient.
And
You didn't let us
the
know
wizard's
about
there
that.
though. I mean,
He's
I'm
there.
assuming
I'll
he's
leave it
there.
up to George if
Yeah.
he wishes for you to use it.
really? Okay. Well, in all reality, I'm just buying
None of
a
that is
flask
yours.
worth enough for me to down before the fight. I'm gonna take the drugs. I'm
Very
gonna take the
specific.
drink the booze, and I'm going into the fight.
Okay.
That's it.
I don't even let you know I increased it to 10 gold. Just so you know.
Fine.
Alright.
I'll let you do your work.
I did.
Okay.
Last,
And then, are you going to spend your afternoon heading down to Ostwald, or do you want to go to one of the events?
I dropped my gems off. First, I checked to make sure my knife and signet ring.
They
was still
seem
present.
undisturbed.
I would guide him, so we at least get to feel off of them before, so he can tell me whenever.
Doesn't have any sense to them.
I'm with
You're
him. I
with me.
assume.
What was the
Can I make a
book for?
political check to one identify a political lore check to identify the ring and try to identify the dagger.
But it makes you
Sure.
And if there's a big giant minotaur about to smash on it, I don't want fear to be a factor in mine. Between that and the
One.
that should be okay.
Okay, it is fine.
Okay.
And
So your
I'll-
political lord check. You recognize it as the Thugenheim house for the signet ring.
Guggenheim, what the hell
I'll
is that?
pass that on to him. It's one of the Thugenheim is one of the 7 high families.
What? Why the hell does this dude have it? I see it now.
He's part of the Thugenheim.
No
Family.
way.
Oh, what? I don't know.
What is his,
Have we gotten a last name for him?
Maybe somebody pledged their.
For Goddard Wallenstein?
Oh,
let's see, it's a wolf.
yeah.
Yes.
Goddard Wallenstein.
Yeah, it could have been a pledge. Pledge their ring.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad ring. Alright. Anything about the dagger?
No,
Guggenheim.
dagger doesn't have anything
Dagger.
notable.
Thugenheim.
It doesn't look like it's really usable in combat. Like I said, it's more ceremonial.
Yeah. It's just
Probably it's a fancy letter opener
That's a nice guy.
made of silver.
Hey. It's just a fancy letter opener.
Nice. He had it locked up in a.
It is made of silver though.
I think it's more than that, only because he had it locked up in a lockbox with his valuables. He had other letter openers and things, other aspects, even silver writing implements on his desk. So either it's more than
Yeah,
that.
it's something more. With that info, I 100% agree with you that there's something more to this knife.
Had the letter opener locked up with his family jewels.
Either way, if I see nothing else with it, in my opinion, we need to melt it. But that's me. For right now, I stash it again. There are now 3 party members to know where it's at. That's okay.
Okay.
I agree with you. I think we can use the signet ring to our advantage.
Before we move on, I want to make sure. Do you feel like we need to keep the ring or the knife with us?
I don't think we need to keep the knife with it. The
I'm
ring
just running
with
a
us,
story.
Just for the fact that it would be incriminating in any bad situation. Rather,
If you have a long-term goal defined, I'd like to know what it is. I thought you were retiring. Is what you wanted to do. Retire to that village to the
Look,
south where the
I'm
castle was.
sponsored by these people.
Yeah,
Let's
I
step
want to
aside.
do that,
Okay.
but I want to do something before that.
I already
For
have
my
a way
family.
Okay, which is different than a
I already have
long-term
my
goal,
whole
but
way
being able to
getting out of
retire is
situations
fine.
like that.
So
which I hope I will not have to use.
when he comes back, hopefully he's your next game session. I'm offering him the opportunity to use the ring. Because
Okay.
to me, the ring is a get out of jail free card if you can play it right.
Sure.
The knife, on the other hand, I don't know what the hell the purpose is of that. But he has an opportunity to do the, hey, do I want to keep him or do I want to? But if I
You're
feel
talking
like
the wizard.
if I feel like the wizard's doing the typical wizard thing, like I could sell it.
Evil.
Yeah.
He does have a bag of knives.
Yeah. Well,
Like it gets mixed in with
absolutely not. Will I allow? You know what? I might as well just say I'm not letting him take it. If
I'll
you
hold
want
it.
it, by all means. I might as well just say it.
I'll hold the knife on me just for the fact that I need a way of revealing my get out of jail free card.
Okay.
Nice.
That's fine. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and keep the signet ring on me.
I'm not gonna roll my sleeve up in the middle of combat.
I didn't want to.
Okay. So you have the ring, you have the knife, you have the
Concealed.
gems.
Conceal. Yeah,
Concealed
Sure.
on me.
both of them.
Okay. And the two of you are spending your afternoon going down to Oswald's to talk to the drowned rat.
And I'm gonna sell the gems first.
Okay, you want to do that
I'm
first?
gonna see what I can get for him first. Yes.
Okay. So, as usual, this is a matter of you're going to be making
will
a
sell
trading
them.
roll.
I will sell them for as long as the value is at least. How come you said there's how many of them?
20.
Yeah, that's a rough one. At least what he said he could get for him, I'm selling.
So at least 40 gold.
Yes,
Okay.
that I'm selling.
Okay.
If I can get what I want for him, then shit, yeah, they're being sold.
Okay. So the way that will work is you make a commitment as far as how many you're willing to sell, or 40 gold worth, if all of them, and then we'll roll the trading, and you get whatever their value is that they're willing to offer. That
Okay.
trading represents talking to numerous different
I
people.
got you.
Okay.
40
So
gold is what I'm looking for. If 40 gold is only, hell, 10 of them, then great. If 40 gold is all 20 of them, then great.
okay. And you're going by yourself or with
Oh, no.
some backup?
No, I want him with me if he's willing to go.
Okay.
I'm willing to go with you.
Okay. So you're gonna head down to Oswald to sell them.
Make mental note.
And I'm telling you,
I have no armor.
that's fine. And mental note, you're getting 50% of whatever I sell for it. And it is to be kept secret.
Okay.
Understood.
So give me a. Do you have any underworld etiquette or anything
do.
along those lines?
I do.
Okay. Give me that roll first.
Can I assist him using lore politics?
Well,
No.
there is no role for underworld. I'm sorry, that was not my role.
I
There
know.
is no role for underworld etiquettes.
Okay. But you have it. That's fine.
I have etiquette. Yes.
That was on my roll.
Okay. So give me haggle with a plus 20.
Gotta remake my
Oh
character
my god.
again.
Haggle.
I guess I'm just gonna draw
He
this.
does some shit.
Well, you know who to talk to. You just don't know how to talk to.
I don't even know if haggle is one of my skills I have on my. Because haggle is not, believe it or not something I get as a thief.
Could I help him with the haggle?
Before he rolls, you can haggle or he can haggle.
I have.
One person can haggle.
Would Gregarious work for this?
I don't remember what Gregarious does.
That's a gossip one, buddy.
Yeah.
So
okay.
no.
You like talking to other folk, and
Well, this
it's
is
okay,
all
like talking to
fellowship
you.
based.
You may reverse any failed gossip test if this allows the test to succeed.
Right. This is not a
Yes,
gossip check.
test. I have a 36 haggle.
Oh, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did
Okay.
everybody see that?
No.
No.
Nope.
No.
You're
Didn't
good.
see anything.
That's fine.
Did you see it?
I saw it. Okay. You good with that?
I just need to know what kind of oh shit it was.
Is
Is
that,
it
Can
good
I
or
use
bad?
gossip?
if that is my role, isn't that a? No, it's not a.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm very good with that.
Can I use a gossip?
Okay.
I think-
Okay, he's already rolled. Never mind. I was gonna say, can I
That,
use a
was
gossip?
that Eliathan, right?
Yeah,
Okay. And you had a plus 57?
I had a yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can I use a
I
gossip
have yes.
to?
Adjust it? No.
How the hell did
take
it
him
end
off
up?
guard.
Okay, on my screen, it's showing something totally fucked up. I must have rolled.
There
Okay,
were two rolls.
I did not see your roll.
Right.
The roll I sent to you was truly blind to you.
Correct. The other roll doesn't count.
Okay. The other roll, the 141, is not my roll.
Oh, I understand that.
Okay. I have no idea what I rolled to you. You're like, you want to accept it? How the hell would I know?
Well, I'll effectively advantage. You can roll twice and take the better of the two.
So I can roll again and tell you, and you tell me which one I take?
No, you get the better of the two.
Okay. Okay, so I'll do that.
You can't roll worse. You might roll better.
1d100 plus 57. Because I can't see what the results are. I saw this result. I was like,
Ooh, good
is
roll.
that what's awesome?
Okay, so
I was hoping this was my result right here, but that's not the case.
It's fine. As long as it's over something, I'm happy. Because it's still
That's
free
all
now.
right, yeah.
With two
I can't-
rolls,
I
it
can't
has
see
to be
what the
positive,
discount says.
which is all I really care about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not unless it's
Not like
who
a
can just roll
$40
five,
person thing.
Uh,
Thanks, George. It's back.
5 points in a row.
Wow. Okay.
And it's 10 minutes for wrapping.
And
Hey,
private
wizard.
GM roll will be a
Greetings.
whisper to you. Okay.
so after all this, what did you guys want to do while you're still in the Chaos Wastes?
Yeah. So listen, the first thing I want to do is try to pull him out of. Because
The
again,
Chaos
why
Waste?
he ran into it a second time,
I know.
have no idea. But
After that
Yeah.
pit he fell into,
Right.
yeah, you definitely need to pull him out of that oil.
and the Bretonians are all around.
I'm
I was just about to comment about
I'm
that.
going to try to hold off the Chaos Warrior, I guess.
Gotta find that really good armor.
Yeah. It's a good thing you burned up all the scrolls.
That's right. They had to stay warm somehow.
I know.
Yeah, I had to use
Hey,
like
Those
10
2
money.
bugbeer.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bugwins.
Yeah, bugwins.
yeah.
The
very
worst part
big.
is like,
We exploded those.
They were
we're making
very
all these
valuable.
jokes.
Yeah.
But that's us.
But
We
the
would-
reality is like, oh yeah, Andy's now going to be a hard drug addict.
Yeah.
That's the real part.
Yeah.
See,
Which is far
we
worse.
should have kept on
Yeah.
going, and then George wouldn't have known what was real.
I'm trying to be I'm trying not to make him one, but I'm the one giving him the drugs.
Okay. You sell all but 5 of them, 4 of which are red.
Okay. All right. Wow.
What else would you like to do?
Wow.
So how much?
Good wow or bad wow?
We
Wow.
go down to the place.
He's not saying it
We'll
because
have
he
to
doesn't want us
decide
to know.
after we discuss with the.
Yep. That's good.
But I hand you all of my take from the gems, all of it. I hand
Understood.
you,
Okay.
Oh my.
and I'll be the mouth.
Okay.
Wonder how much that
So you
is.
guys head down to the Drowned Rat. It's a large water or large rural tavern. It's built up on top of a large warehouse with the local population and everything. Now you're familiar with going down into the warehouse area.
Yep.
You haven't been in the bar and the tavern up above. So you guys walk in. It's a low roof building. You have to sort of stoop down, especially as an elf, to get in. It's dusty. It's smoky. It's fairly dimly lit. You can see with your elven vision, there's probably a dozen or so figures inside that all sort of look up quietly at you as you walk in.
My hood is up.
Yep, a burly bartender is at the counter, wiping off a mug. Looks at you and growls out from his beard.
To make sure you don't take it.
So, you decided to come down here finally.
Need to pay my tithe.
Excellent. So you want some beer?
Absolutely.
He reaches behind the counter and pours out some beer, puts it down.
I walk up, I stare at the beer. So I apologize. I will drink it, but I need to take care of business first.
Certainly.
Apparently, I have trodden upon the areas that this particular establishment controls, and I need to pay the man.
Okay. Now, looking around the tavern, you notice that a larger proportion than is common in the city appear to be Ulrican.
Fuck. I pull out my Ulrich.
Okay.
Holy symbol.
They're all dressed in like northern clothing and so forth. It definitely seems to be much more Ulrich focused. There's iconography around the place and so forth.
Then I don't say what I just said,
Okay.
but I pull out my Ulrich holy symbol and I say, instead of saying apologize, I say, Let's get business done first. I'm here to pay the man.
Right. Drink the beer.
I lift it up. Oh, Lord, be praised. Down it.
Okay.
Slam it down.
Okay. It's pretty low quality beer.
I will choke it down as best I can.
You do. It burns a little bit and leaves a taste of, you think, clove. Yeah.
It's fucking craft beer.
When you're done, he says, "Excellent. Glad to have a brother here. Be 2 gold."
They reckon I'm standing behind him.
And I pull out the 2. I set it down.
Okay.
And I say, who do I pay for my activities? My percentage.
This will cover it for the time being. He scoops it up, takes away the mug.
You see my hand like, ah! I literally go across the
Why would you
bars.
go over 100 from those gems?
I tip my hood. Say, pleasure doing business. Who do I speak to in the future? Is it you?
Come back, order some more beer. We'd suggest doing so perhaps before any activities.
Understood.
These days, the watch is rather active. We don't need any extra attention. Me and the brothers here already have plenty of plans. He nods slightly over to William.
I glance back
I'm still just standing there.
and I smile and probably even outside of my hood shake my head.
I'm gonna nod to him when he does that.
Okay.
Take a deep breath.
You can see behind the bar and here and there, not obviously, but sort of. You think sort of like an Applebee's or a sports bar these days, where they have all these iconography and flair everywhere. There's a preponderance of Ulrich symbols, but here and there, sort of in the background, you see Sigmar symbols that are like staked to the wall or rusting or
I do not
broken,
carry a
etc.
Sigmar symbol on my
I understand,
body.
but
Not
you notice
anywhere.
with your elven sight,
Right.
you notice those extra details just sort of built into the decor of the
Wait a
place.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot something.
He's crouching down a
6'7".
bit.
No, I'm like 6'7".
Oh,
fuck
I
hell.
thought I was towering behind him. No, he's
No.
just like.
Well, he's crouching down a little bit.
I'm
The ceiling's
I'm
barely
6'7".
6 foot.
Okay, I am going to place my hand on his shoulder when he says that, and then whisper in and tell him, no.
I smirk and I say, "There's so much that I need not to be told to anyone. Your secret's safe with me." But I look up across the bar and I say, "I will be coming back, as information is my most valuable asset. I need to know quickly how to find certain individuals in this town. Do you have contacts that can reach even the nobility?"
We have contacts around town. The Sons of Ulrich have a great reach.
Then spread it around that. Sorry. Trotsky at the rest, the Trotsky at something rest.
All it's the Templars.
I look at you. Is it what the rest of what? I never have known the name of this. One of the bars.
The Templar's arms.
There we go. Templar's Arms or rest.
Where you're staying?
Yes.
Okay.
My character really. I have it written down.
Okay.
And I said Trotsky is looking for information, and I will pay very gold for said
Yep.
information.
10 crowns. We've heard.
Thank you.
He's working
For
at
your people, Ulrich's people, increase that to 20.
Okay.
Only Ulrich's people.
Okay. We'll let you know what we find.
I
You
pause
and
for a little
nobility
bit.
just walk around with enough gold to make you nobility.
Make it 25 for Ulrich's people.
Okay.
We need it. We need it sooner than later.
He's working towards our little goal.
I'm not all right, people.
Okay.
Yeah, no shit.
We'll see what we can find.
And I leave.
Okay.
And I look as we're leaving, as we're out of the bar and walking back, and I say our cut just got lowered by a lot.
Yeah. You hear them talking amongst themselves as you guys are closing the door and leaving.
Okay.
Not sure exactly what they're saying. They're talking in hushed voices, but
I'm alright with that.
okay. So, yeah.
Before we leave, I'm going to update the bartender
Don't worry.
on
you
the
guys will
current
get your cut.
situation of
I'm not worried about it, man. It's fine.
what I found her, what she was wearing, and
Yeah.
Okay.
I already gave you 10.
her
If
general.
I ever find it,
Yeah, they're keeping an eye out for. The question is whether or not they can get information to you fast enough before she moves on to be able to do anything. So,
If you find her, just send a coin,
okay.
and I'll leave with him.
Okay.
That's exactly.
So,
Mine was-
um,
I'll just be behind you calling in
Oh,
comments and shit.
And with that, once we get far enough away, I'll return the gold.
And I look at you and I say, I'm sorry. And I gave you 5. The rest is going to the group.
That's fine.
okay. So George,
I
you
expect
got
nothing
earlier. I
less.
think it was 10 gold. And then you guys are going to the park. Did you want to buy beer still?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm still-
How much? How much did I charge you for a cask of Bugmans?
It was I charged a total of 20.
For 2.
For 2 casks.
Right.
All I want is a mug.
And then
Yeah.
gold.
A mug's worth so I can fill a
7.5
flask
goals.
to use the next day. Sorry.
It's fine.
So drinking one.
He's very confused
How much should I just
because the
promise?
beer
25?
won't be good.
Yeah.
It won't be
No,
good.
No, I'm sorry.
24
I don't
hours
give you that.
later?
I give you the full 5.
Well,
That's
no,
all
it's
we
best
got
fresh
between
from the
two.
cask.
Oh, well then I will drink that one, and I'll be back tomorrow
Okay.
before my fight.
Okay.
I
It's a
need-
silver for the
Need to
beer.
hire
Okay.
you to send a message. When she
It's
gets
like I
back.
put it in a flask, but I guess it's beer.
Do you
now.
have alcohol tolerance?
I do not have alcohol tolerance. I'm
Okay.
Sure.
Give me a quick
Oh, it's a
fortitude.
basic skill?
It's the basics.
Okay, so it's going to be fortitude, I'm sure, or toughness.
Yeah, it's toughness.
Okay, give me a straight toughness roll. Tell me what you get.
Anything else with me, or am I good?
So
to
keep
update?
in mind, he's getting 10 gold for. He's not even here either.
Because there's like 4
He's
beers for
getting
one,
even
right?
more.
What it is?
Jesus Christ.
That's
I hate cutting out or making cuts when I have to involve everybody.
I'll use my reroll for today.
What did you end up getting? It's not going to be
80.
relevant for that.
80.
Okay, you got an 80? Okay, so you drink the beer.
Today doesn't really matter.
It is particularly strong. It tastes amazing.
Yeah.
Probably the best beer you've had in quite a long time, but almost immediately the strength of it hits you, and Frederick has to like help you walk and everything. You're like whoa,
But I'm fearless.
you're
Yeah, I
like
need to
completely
get
out.
used to that shit.
Yeah,
That's
now
awesome.
you have
Not good.
it gives you for a short time,
Yeah.
although you're drunk, it gives you complete fearlessness. So
For the record, I have a 50%.
Yeah, I don't know about combining those two things.
probably not a great idea.
Let's rock
So we will stop at this point because it's after 10 o'clock. I know
Okay.
people need to leave,
For now.
and then I'll
I have a 60 perception.
Were
Okay.
you? Wait,
and
wait,
we
no,
will
you're not back.
carry on next time with the remnants of day 2, and then presumably get to the Minotaur fight for day 3.
Oh, I'm so excited.